big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Drink all the sake I want. Read all the manga I want. Wear all the bape that I want. Buy all the J's that I want. Be with any girl that I want. Drive any car that I want. I'm always out of the country. I'm sorry if I ain't home. If the money ain't calling, I never answer my phone. You can see the flow in my chakra. All we smoke is homegrown. You know the boy love ramen. Probably sipping on miso. I know a spot that has shield. I got a spot that has deals. Wait till I get a kimono. I'ma swag it out in my dojo. Some girls are asking for a photo. I guess this happens in Kyoto. When you young and popping in Kyoto. I ball with all of my nakamas. I dance with all of my nakamas. I drink with all of my nakamas, yeah. I only listen to Cole. I know a spot down with peace. Hiro isekai, shinara irekai. You are my enemy, you are no friend of me. You covered in jealousy, we only drink Hennessy. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. When I got money, you know it. When you got money, you blow it. How much you caught me a rollie? I'm living like Zach and Cody. Sweet like from young in the OG. From young, we learned to maneuver. I pick up and skirt in a Uber. I grew up with killers and shooters. No tell, but I think I'm cooler. I used to sleep with a deuce. I'm the moon god, got the juice. You switching sides like the man Bruce. Tight circle, cut the loose ends. No, I can go on vacation. You cannot escape from the matrix. I wrote all this shit in the basement. Art is my new occupation. Let's meet up at Kennedy Station. I've been at studio all day. I'd rather just make it the hard way. Sitting back while I'm looking up. Remember backyards cooking up.
I hope everyone is well.
I want to be big.
Give me 1 sec.
Big in Tokyo.
I'm not streamed in YouTube in over a year.
Big in Tokyo. I want to be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo. I want to be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo. I want to be big in Tokyo. Drink all the sake I want. Read all the manga I want. Wear all the bape that I want. Buy all the J's that I want. Be with any.
Big in FUG. I'm trying to be big in FUG. Actually, I'm not. You can catch me at Wall Hike Song. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone is well. Before I even begin to hop into this, all right? If you are not all the way caught up, I'm not talking officials. I'm not talking fast pass. I'm talking beyond, even further beyond that. You shouldn't be here unless you don't give a damn. I probably should have put like spoiler in the title or something, but it is what it is. I forgot. I'm able to stream on YouTube again. I don't have any strikes right now, and I think this chapter was important enough that I wanted to come on here immediately and share my thoughts and not wait 12 weeks later. So everyone is well. Hope you guys are good. And let's talk about this chapter because it's kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy. Let me just quickly show you why. First of all, we have to start with this. Wait, where was it? I just had it. What? Hold, please. There it is. I gotta just offer it, put this on the screen because, bruh, this is the coldest ship I have seen in Tower. He might not make a ship this raw again. Are you seeing this? This is a clean design. But wait, there's more. What? Lord Grace? Hold on. What's about to happen? So yeah, man, looks like Luslec has pulled up, which is kind of crazy, all things considered. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I literally said in a stream last week that I didn't think he was coming at all, and that the backup that Hajin Sung was talking about wasn't going to be like an elder. Now, I wasn't completely wrong. It was Kel Hellam and Soho in tandem that came and helped teleported there and tried to help them claim the book or whatever. But It was kind of crazy though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Naya. Guys, what the F? Bam can apparently curb your knowledge from books. Like, what can't he do? Absorption. You suck up the text, suck up the knowledge. Loose like the OG CVL. Yes, sir. He went from what? CVL to CBL. This dude, Loose like, has been teased like 10 years ago. Yeah, but now we got like, we seen him. We see him. We saw like how Tramre was silhouetted, but he's here. He pulled up in a majestic ass, demonic Zetsubo despair inducing black ship, which looks cold as hell. I was very I like that. I thought the ship was a bit edgy, but it's FUGs. Well, considering how they introduced him, like the one who's been in the darkness, like it's supposed to be kind of like that. I thought it was in line with the theme of Fug, FUG, and everything of the sort. So it didn't bother me. I think it looks cool, but I am an edge boy. I'm an edgy boy, so I like my darkness and my despair, but it's just not my preference necessarily. But I had an edgy phase. There was a time in my life you couldn't tell me anything about Shadow the Hedgehog. That was the coolest nigga on the planet. He could do no wrong. He was the rawest, the edgiest, the darkest, the grittiest. So I get it. This dude better be like mid 2000 LeBron versus on the Cavs because FUG are frauds. FUG needs to W. I feel that much. He better not job. I could say that, but all right, let's talk about the chapter, and we'll get back to the loose like stuff in a second. So we kind of started off, if I remember correctly. Let me just actually pull it up so I don't forget. We started with Rachel and Hwaryun. So, what do you guys think Rachel is cooking up? If you have any theories or ideas or prognostications, because I'm under the impression that Rachel has probably not used the wish yet. That's what I think. And I'm thinking to myself, hmm, does is she like Rachel comes across as a character to me that's not loved by fate and or destiny, however it is you want to describe it. And Bam is for one reason or another. And I don't know if you guys remember in the first season when she said when Hua Ryun congratulated her after the iconic push on becoming the heroine of this narrative. So she's trying to kind of usurp the role that Bam has to play in all this for herself. For one reason or another, we don't know for sure yet. What's up, Blaze? Yeah, we back. Do you know Luslec ship looks like a lobster? I didn't. Did it? It look like a lobster for real? I don't eat lobster like that, so I probably wouldn't like make that connection immediately. Let me take a gander. I just think it looks cool. I like his ship. It's the best looking ship I think he's drawn in the series so far. I don't think he's gonna top this one. Does it? Does it? I guess maybe like the shell, like the exoskeleton. I think I see what you're throwing down. But yes, we back. The ultimate life form, right? Were you edgy in like the mid 2000s? Let's see if I can do math. I mean, yeah, probably like around there. Yeah, that sounds about right. In the 2000s, I'd be 7, so I wasn't edgy yet. A couple more years after that. I'm 30 today. I'm born in '93, so yeah, that's not too off. But yeah, you couldn't tell me nothing about Shadow the Hedgehog. And back then, I really loved like dark, gritty stories where everyone was suffering and in pain and like psychological thrillers. And I thought I was so smart and better than everybody who like happy-go-lucky, kitty-ish. Though I never lost my love for stuff like that. But okay, what do you think Rachel is planning though? What do you think she's planning? Best ship is a big claim. Is a big claim, For now, I don't think I've seen a better ship in this series. In Tower of God, not in general. I've seen cooler ships in general, but not in this series. But I think Rachel doesn't use the wish, and whatever it is that Bam is supposed to do there, because I think Rachel made a pretty good connection there by being able to. Wasn't El Robina not a ship, but a high ranker weapon that was meant to like destroy high rankers? I don't remember El Robina being a ship. Am I misremembering? That's the last station. I'll go check in a second. I like how Soho wings are FUG symbol and the ship looks like a demon with horns. That's fire. What's up, Sleepy Night? What's up, Glam? So yeah, sorry, I can get distracted. Focus, Rachel. So Rachel was like, since you're kind of following us willingly, though she's getting handcuffed and fucking hit in the back of her kufi, I'm like, okay, so you think that the reason why she's pretty much calm is because she knows at some point Bam will be here, and there's something here for Bam specifically. And I think Rachel goaded her into her taking it there because Wario believes that Rachel is not worthy of obtaining whatever the monster or power or whatever it is that we're supposed to see there in the grand chess game. And I think with the wishes that Gustang gave her, she's actually going to be able to do it. Whether it's I wish that I'm worthy of this power, I want the ability to absorb this, whatever the case may be. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Because that's kind of where I'm at. Rachel was the chosen one when Bam opened the tower first time. Bam just snagged that ish back when he entered. What's up, Nye? Haven't been here in a minute. Yes, we're here on YouTube. We got 36 people with us. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming through. Y'all do need to start coming to the Twitch streams though. But I really thought this chapter was important enough that I wanted to do a YouTube live stream. It's my first live stream in over a year. Granted, I was I a strike for until the 7th of September. If I wasn't still striked, I would have done a stream right after Trauma and Gustang face each other face to face. I would have done it that week, but unfortunately, they got me for BS. So, um, Rachel is gonna wish that she can have Bam's power or the equivalent at the right time. Maybe Rachel wants to be the one who kills a family head and will profit in the name of the tower. That's very interesting. And you know what would be kind of poetic and in theme with Rachel's kind of ungratefulness and themes of revenge, if you will, if she actually takes out Gustang, the one who gave her the treasure stealing stingray and took her into her family into the mothership. Rachel will do it. She's sick in the head, bro. She's sick. She's sick in the head. What's up, Cam? I think Wario could probably take Rachel to the 134th floor. You think so? Interesting. Yo, Sarade. Rachel, the biggest mover, shaker in the story. I'm here for it. Naya's back with the YouTube streams. What a time to be alive. I'm here. I'm here. No more strikes. Expect a minimum one a week. I will be back on YouTube and stream again. I'm streaming. I'm on everything though. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Green Twitch, aka Kick, and I'm on here now. So we here. We here. It seems that Gustang is about to go on his villain arc. We're here for it. We love a good villain arc. Rachel reached the location 1 week earlier than Bam and everyone, so there's no way anyone is interfering from her taking whatever that creature is. Yeah, I feel it. I actually want Rachel to get it because at least if she has it, she might actually use it. I haven't seen Bam use the crown he sucked up. Oh, from White. It's probably still too early for that because even when Dumas, bodied Karaka, hurt Yama, and Hajin sung, and they stopped it right before. I had a point here. What was it? Stopped it before him. Bam was still in base form. He wasn't using Leviathan, Thorn 1, Thorn 2, Soul Force, the crown that he just got. He didn't use any of his abilities. So yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'd like it if I don't know if I'd like it. I could see her wishing for it, but it's one of those things that LeBam James can have and Gustin can't do anything. I kind of see that. Johnny Rogers was popping, by the way. Rachel, I think she's a doll. You think the Icarus thing connects to her too? But we'll touch on it in a second. I'll get there. I'll get there in a moment. Perhaps the creature is guarding a fragment of the thorn, and since Rachel wanted a thorn, she wanted to be able to use. Perhaps she asked Gusting to make it possible to use a fragment. I had that thought, like maybe there's a beast or a guardian or a monster that's guarding a thorn fragment. That makes sense to me. I definitely had that thought in passing. But this raises the question of why Gustang would give her a shard if he knows Bam needs them. Honestly, I don't like the idea of Rachel getting power. She's gotten this far without power. I'm gonna circle back to that in 1 second because you brought up something that I always talk about. That I don't think a lot of the Tower God community agrees with me on. I'm very happy that the top members of Gustang's family are competent. Yes, Dumas and the guy with the book. Bam had to put his back into it to break his barrier, and even with Kel Helm coming, they absorbed it and then teleported away. That was all good stuff. What's the creature going to be? A person and one of their water dragons? I think it's one of their water dragons. In season 2, Jing Sung said this is the only part of that power when he gave Bam the blue limited Bam. You think this is where the original body is? Oh, of the blue thing is. I thought the blue thing inside of him was kind of his natural ability, but that'd be interesting to see the origins of where that thing is if it's true. Some people think it might be like an Arcanac type native or ancient. Unrelated to Rachel talk with Icarus mentioned Endless Sky once or twice. What happens to be the same name of Bam's true self tech? Oh shoot! Against Dada Jihad and the Sword Art Ike, aka the Hidden Floor. Ike, Sword Art Arc. Sorry. Okay, I think Rachel should probably amass like power to be able to fight and be a competent combatant. To me, either when it's time for her to die, lose her general thematic role and weight in the story, or towards the end. I think the fact that Rachel schemes and has all of these machinations and devious plans and stratagems and tactics, if you will, without being able to throw a punch, use a lighthouse competently or anything, is part of the reason why I find her to be so intriguing. I think just giving her power might not be it, but it could be it. We'll have to. Execution is everything, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Um, really and truly, Bam's purpose is to defeat Zahar so people can continue climbing. And if Rachel wants to go where Bam wants to go, wants to end up, however, how she worded it, either goes to the king or the 134th floor. I thought the thing was sealed at the arena with Gustang's daughter, but I could be forcing it. Do you do you think Rachel's story will be similar to Icarus's from Greek myth, that she flew too close to the sun and got her wings burned? Yes, I think he's going to use that symbolism as something of a parallel at some point, but I'm not sure. Because I thought Icarus was Arlene, and now it seems that it's possible that Icarus and Arlene are two different people with the way that Icarus was speaking about following V. Some people in my chat in the earlier Twitch stream were saying that they think that Bam and Rachel are siblings, like half siblings or like step siblings, so something of the sort. So V was kind of originally. I'm sorry, I'm a little excited. I'm talking too fast. Originally, V was with Icarus, and then Arlene became the one. So there could be a much more, I won't say love triangle, but like love octagon or something. Like there was a bunch of stuff going on, so it was a little bit more tumultuous than we originally thought. Honestly, I would have no problem with Rachel being the final boss of TOG. Neither would I. That'd be pretty dope, actually, all things considered. And then after, when she sees this, we don't let her see the sky. We just kick her into the ditch. Ram equal Rachel's weapon inventory. She just letting him do the hard work for her to use him later. She's on her Ganondorf gimmick from Ocarina of Time. When she's like, wait, like, hold on, this little Kokorik. I know he's actually a Hylian, but this little Kokorik, what are they called again? The Kokoriki kid is getting all the sacred stones. I'm gonna just kick back. And when Link opens the sacred realm to like the master story, like stupid kid, thank you. Oh, maybe what's happening is the plot itself is part of Rachel's wishes. POG is playing out as she wished. That's interesting. So you think she's controlling the legitimate, something similar to what Axis can do, write the story. I like you. Y'all thinking. You're what's up. I always liked Rachel being a pathetic fighter because it is the catalyst to all her behavior. Her being talentless drives her terrible behaviors and schemes, which makes her great. I agree with that, 100%. I mean, Rachel and Bam are both playing in the hands of the will of the tower. Maybe there is a 13-month weapon in that place. I feel it. If V cheated on Arlen with Icarus, then it would make sense why Gustang said V was was the most terrible person. Oh, you live right now? Let me download Discord. I got 2 minutes. You got I got 2 minutes. Oh, you want to speak? Okay, I got you. Uh, I'll hop in the call for this for the time being. I respect Rachel's disposition. I res- Sometimes things are so backhanded and evil and underhanded, but damn it, I respect it. Even when I get tricked, like when the government lies and even I fall for it, and I'm like, you guys are not right, but you got me. I like you. You lie a lot. Type B. Icarus could have just been a loyal follower of V who was wronged by Jihad and starts the plot of the war. Icarus might have been a sort of concubine for V. Big Dick V, huh? V was out here like Kunit Dwan slinging meat, eh? Different. Big Dick V. That's crazy. But I actually thought most of the different sections of the chapter, all the moving parts were interesting because after the Rachel stuff, I think the chapter's title is Grace. Again, pure headcanon, but did all the family heads actually know Arlene, or did they know a version of Arlene before the massacre death of V, aka Icarus 2 plus 2 equals 69? Yes. Insert Oprah screaming gif. You get Yeah, man. Sorry. What the hell was that? The hell was that? What was I saying before? Yeah, I respect Rachel's her grind. Rachel said, "Fake it till you make it." But that's kind of why I like the scene where Aguero just in the dollar show just kind of stunts on her the entire time. Just like I was like, oh my god, you ended her whole career, her whole entire life. Was all that necessary, sir? It was though.
New
It
son
was.
got
Yes, sir.
Vitra.
What's poppin',
Yeah,
G?
what's up, Chad? I know y'all niggas ain't heard from me in a minute. Yeah, what's popping?
What'd you
Where's my
think?
mother? Yeah. Shout out to Steph. Uh, yeah. I mean, me personally, I was moved because I literally only care about like the family heads, the lore. That's it.
Mm.
Everything else is just whatever. Me, you see how they do Taraka, Jin Sung, Yama, and all these other niggas. Bam didn't surprise
Karaka
me.
just makes me
The
sad,
face,
man. Yeah.
that's just pathetic. But yeah, basically, like, yeah, that's the only shit I care about. So I was moved. Great, goddamn, Luslec moving spoopy. The way his like dialogue, just like like but he's like that nigga just talking darkness.
Mm.
I'm
Yep.
only moved by him because he's the highest rank. And the only thing SIU has not fucked up on is the hype of the family has so far, and the way they are above everybody else. And loose leg in the upper echelon, so you know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody really touch unless like when the family has pull up. But that would be even
Yeah.
more interesting. So
Yeah, because some people were in the Twitch stream. We were talking. Someone's like, it's possible that another family head will move to put him in check, even if two are already kind of around right now. Because I was thinking maybe Loose like did this because he already knows two family heads are at it. They're not gonna send another one for him specifically, but I'm not entirely sure. But I do want to say one thing. I keep forgetting Loose like is also a Slayer. I don't know why. Like I always just think he's the leader of FUG, but I keep forgetting he's also one of the 13 seeded Slayers or whatever. He is one from the first generation to Demon Amongst Gods or whatever. I always forget that. So I wonder if to some degree, because you know how Kel Helm said like, I brought out the one in the darkness on his edgy, you know what I'm saying? I was like,
yeah.
does he still have to somewhat listen to the elders? You know what I'm saying? Like it almost feels like Kel Helm was like, you gotta show up, bro. And he's like, okay, I'll come. You know? So that's what you're thinking though.
I don't know because well for me I feel like Loose Leg's the one that started all this shit. No, well him and V. I'm forgetting the name for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So but I think he more so like like oh I had to bring the big bad nigga out.
It's like we
Like
need
I
help.
like
Family
he was
heads?
like you're like
We need the big guns.
he was like hey bro it's a perfect chance to move. We need to move right now on him.
Yeah.
Explain that thing. He was like oh time I meet that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm
Just
just
we
interested.
have sorry, one second. We have 47 people in here again. I appreciate y'all. Just to say it again, I'll probably do this more often. I thought this chapter was important enough that it warranted a live stream after reading it. But just so you guys know, I would have done this when Trauma Ray pulled up on Gustang, but I had a strike. I literally could not stream until the 7th of September. So that was on me. But now that we're free again, we're streaming on YouTube again. Streams are back, baby. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna say. No, I was just saying that shit get gas. Oh shit, I forgot about that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no, that's like that. Like I said, that's the only shit that actually moves me in this shit like that. Like anything else, like I ain't gonna be like, it is what it is. I don't expect nothing from nobody. But damn, just to not even surprised, just do the unthinkable every single time. And the family they haven't disappointed me yet. I mean, like you said that one time, everybody on that floor should have been dead, but they wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like I knew Gus Sting wasn't actually doing nothing. Like he was just like, yeah, fling this shit. Tom Murray was seemed like he was trying harder than Gus Sting because he was like, I'm gonna bring that nigga out, the nigga you don't want to see. And Gus
Yep.
Sting like, yeah, all right, nigga, bring
Bring him
that
out.
ugly ass nigga. He was
Bring
like,
out the
he was like,
arrogant one, whatever he said, right? Bring him out.
he was like, bring him out. Let me see his ugly ass face. I was like, okay, shit. And then you see like when Gus Sting pulled up, he just pulled up some the book shit from his inventory, and I'm like, and it was like version 2 or like some shit. So I'm like, I don't think
And that shit
it's
said
not even his
question mark,
book.
question mark, question mark. I said, what? What's in there? What's going on? Like, I get the name?
Yeah,
It's
I'm like,
unnamed, unknown. Crazy,
shit's
crazy.
wild, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm just excited to see like what's they like. He brought the biggest bad out of Fug out, so like shit must really about to go down. Gus Dang really got a plan for them niggas.
Who do you, before you go real quick? I know you said you can't stay long. Who do you think the moth guy is? Do you think he's like a? It's not. I have to preface, not the goat mule love, but mule one during the cage. Remember, he was an elder envoy, so he was accompanying, I guess, protecting Kelhelm. Do you think that that moth-looking guy with the wings is probably like similar for Luslec, like a Luslec envoy bodyguard or something? Because some people were asking me if I thought that that was the person who created like the floral piercing butterfly technique, and I'm like, that did not pop into my mind. I thought he was an envoy.
Uh, I believe he could be both, which is the envoy and the nigga that created like the floral piercing butterfly thing.
Okay. Okay.
Because I feel like Flug has a lot of their own techniques and shit like that. Just like how Bam was taught by Jensen and stuff like that. Like I feel like they have a lot of their own techniques or like, dark arts, whatever type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, yeah. So I definitely feel like that's a high possibility. I would definitely believe that. That's the envoy is like, oh, that's his shit. That's his what you call it.
Mhm. All right, that's sorry. Catch up to these comments. My bad, y'all. Yes, thanks, Nia. I've been waiting for something like this. Glad I can deliver. Rachel's line about her existence being a regret was funny. She was so proud. I was like, Rachel, you are a mistake. Why are we out here making V to be disloyal? Yeah. I used to live for a girl dunking on Rachel. Yep, Kakaraka got screwed. You guys, it's hilarious. I know. I forget as well. LOL. Yeah, I feel it. I don't see why Rachel herself having power. I don't see her having power, but becoming a Pokemon trainer, getting creatures and people made for her by workshop makes more sense. We sent her a nature beast. I could make sure. I like that. The idea that instead of her fighting, she just has like a bunch of things doing it for her to some degree. I'm not mad at that. Can we dedicate 5 minutes to laugh at Yama? Absolutely. But let me catch up the comments first. Absolutely, we can clown on him. Um, that was literally the most fun I had making a Tower of God edited video in a while. I'm like, I'm dunking on this fool. All of them suck. Who was Luslec supposed to kill, by the way? That's the interesting part. But we'll talk. And I think what Luslec said actually completely is the antithesis to who Bam is himself. Because to me, it sounded like he was talking about pleasing their god, which I believe is Bam, because Bam is like a substitution for V in some ways for Luslec. I can be overthinking that. But Bam does not want to kill people. Bam is not a malicious person. Bam is a nice boy. That he's not
Exactly.
interested in necessarily killing the family. If he could save them and get them to stop acting like dickheads, he would do it that way. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm very interested to see their ideology and philosophical clash of ideals. So hopefully we'll learn exactly why Loose Lake has Grace in his name. And his relationship with to Arlene. Yep, facts. When Kel Hellam spoke about it, it gives the vibe that he was FUG, FG before Loose Like, but Loose Like created FUG. Maybe Kel Hellam was there before it was actually FUG. It's possible because he's from what the Sleeping Grove, Hidden Grove. Maybe as that. I don't know if that's before them though, but we'll have to see. Loose Like was supposed to kill V, maybe, or Arlene because Karaka was already targeting Jihad. The current state of active slayers can barely take on higher ranking current family members. FUD needs the big guns if they want to get anything done. That's a fact. I believe Captain Kel Hellam just came in here to help him escape.
Nah,
FUG stocks were
that's
low, but
fucked up.
they go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's fucked up. I was laughing. The nigga said,
Hello?
huh? I was laughing.
Oh, okay. Was the Kel Hellam versus Zahard flashback pre or post death of V? I know Zahard was king, but he was technically king before the death of V. I don't remember. FUG stock was so low that they had to bring in the biggest player to survive the game. I just interpreted Kel and Loose Lake getting excited to see one of the family heads die, so we had Kel prepare things for him to move out from the state of inactivity. Okay. Jihad was mad V had all the boppers. He had all the hoes, man. They needed a cash injection. Now look at them stocks. Gustang probably has a Batman plan for every family head. How do you feel about Loose Like 9 since I know you think FUG are bozos? I mean, I don't have a strong opinion on Loose Like. I haven't seen him do anything yet. I don't know. We have to see what happens. I'm going to talk about FUG in total. I'm gonna rehash what I said earlier. Just give me a second. Though. I'll come back to you, Rice. I have to go back to the archives and lore videos. I'm curious. Are you guys drinking the SU Kool-Aid? Will he kill all the family heads? I don't think so. No. Rack got a rare W. He did a thing. Rack did an action. He accomplished a task. Let's clap for Rack, baby. He
ain't used my
finally
hands to
did
clap.
something.
I didn't use my hands to clap either. That's crazy, bro. But
Oh God, Rachel just needs to be
man, he,
wish to be Kirby so we can see who devours who. Is it consensus that Rachel's gonna get whatever this thing is, or it'll be another band power up? I think that just depends on how you're looking at it, because I think Rachel might be able to circumvent it by using a wish. Rags to get W though because he went back to chibi form, and since when did being decompressed require energy? Yama dumb, he can't read. Yama just needs to speech bubbles, man, because the stocks were in the dumps. FUG was looking pretty bad. It's a chapter for a change with their ship and Luslec. I feel it. Okay. Sorry, East. What else did you want to comment on? My bad. Just want to catch up
oh
real
no,
quick.
I was just saying, right? I was happy as fuck about Rack.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like he went back to his other shit, but I'm just like, oh, thank
Mm.
fucking Lord. I'm like, nigga, I ain't seen this fucking actual form. It's been like 5, 6 years. We ain't seen that
Mhm.
since season 2.
Mm. Was the person
Like
he
that's
killed a ranker from the local Bia? It was those Fire Nation looking people, part of Kidin's crew. I think it was the commander of that squad, or one of their leaders that he got out the paint. Um, is there a chance for V to be alive? I don't like that idea personally. I wouldn't put it past the tower if Bam could be resurrected by the outside god, or whatever the case may be, but I don't like that idea. I want V to be dead. I think Arlene is alive though. Okay. Comments. I'll catch up to you in a second. My thoughts on Luslec is that he's going to give us a lot of insight to the organization of FUG, despite it being disorganized, because I have completely changed my tune on FUG over the past 3 years. Originally, I think SIU may have overhyped them. I do think we as a community completely ran with the Kool-Aid. We drank it. We drank all of it, like we did. So maybe part of that's on us from having higher expectation that we should have had. But I do think that he hyped them up a lot. But he did add the caveat that the 10 great family heads and Jihad were not worried about these bozos, and I completely understand why at this point. Walt Hike Sung is a much greater danger to them solely due to the fact that Urek is in there. So I get it. I get it. But you probably agree with me, East, and you can chime in after I finish this spiel. For me, what bothers me about FUG a lot of the ways in a lot of ways is that they're just not competent enough to do any of the things they wish to accomplish. However, I believe that FUG was created solely for BAM to take over, lead, and do what needs to be done. I don't think any of these slayers were really meant or created to be able to take down family heads. That could change. But I think it was created for BAM to take over, reform, and lead properly, and then do what needs to be done for the tower. Do you agree with that so far? I don't know if you guys agree with that.
Chuck's in chat.
You and chat, everyone. What's up, Abdel?
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, I 100% agree because I think, and now that's the point because I don't know if it was organization or what because it's too much for me personally. It's too much shit that changed overall. Yama, Baylord, and all his entire backstory changing. Slayer's not being shit. Like we seen how many Slayers and Jinx not a Slayer, and he's been the most oppressive nigga from Fuck we seen so far. Cause
Debatable,
old
but
boy,
yeah,
Kyle,
he's up there though.
yeah, Kyle Helm don't even like move me or impress me either. Like, oh, I can see the future. Oh, I can't see the future ass nigga. Like, make up your mind. Broke ass tarot
He
card
got
nigga.
out. He got out observation hockeyed by Jihad.
That like that shit was like I'm like nigga wasn't even like nigga was yeah and then Vanka had like those are like impressive people like I'm like all right you got 3 impressive niggas one's an elder one's a floor ruler so of course she had to be up there and she was in top she was like 60 rank 60 top 100 like rank 60 some shit like that so that's impressive I did like but all y'all Slayer niggas are like jokes like I don't know I feel like they just tried to I feel like Fug tried to I feel like loose leg it maybe this may be a reach or whatever, but what that's how you trying to do now is like I feel like now it's like trying to like rework because he hyped them niggas up too much. Or like you said, we drank the Kool-Aid too much. At this point, I think Fug was just trying to establish itself at face value as like, oh, a slayer, somebody that can take on like a family head or whatever, like type shit. Just as like a projection. They don't really have the weight or power to do that, but you just use the
So
impression
fake
like,
it
oh,
till you
they think
make
they
it.
yeah, type beat because
Okay.
nobody knows besides Luslec and the other family has that like Bam and nobody knows actually nobody knows that in Ryu and like Luslec and a few other niggas that Bam was supposed to come. Gustang knew, in Ryu, Jihad didn't know he was supposed to come back, or I think he knew. I don't think he knew he was supposed to come back. And like just other niggas,
There was the
fuck, very few
prophecy.
people.
Yeah, the prophecy exists. So it makes sense that a lot of high-ranking people in the know would have an idea of it. I think Luslec probably had an idea that
Yeah, because
Bam was supposed to be
he's like,
prophesized to come get the thorns and be the what did it say the thorn fragments are the knife that's gonna slit the throat of the king. Like I think it's I can't
yeah,
remember how they
yeah,
phrased it, but something like that.
yeah. That was it. That was Slip the Throat of the King. So basically, in that format, I think they just like, we talking a big game, get their back in, like niggas like want to join fuck because there's so much indiscretion in the tower and all this and other. If you're not basically, how it goes. If you're not with a family, right? You're not born from a family. You kind of shit lost unless you special like that. So it's like, you know what? Let's give people a chance, the power, and they influence is just so deep and this shit like that. So it's like, there's like really a lot of hidden ass niggas in this shit. So it's just like for me, I feel like he's just trying to work it back. Like, all right, they're not strong as I once thought they were gonna be. So, but now they just pump their chest out and fake it till they make it.
I feel it. Rachel getting a W would be nice to see. Loose leg, gotta put these frauds in their place. Rachel Brown, Pixel, shake my head. True. Hopefully, those wishes for Rachel actually turn into something interesting. Loose leg is ranked top 15, so he can't be a bum. Earth Nation will defend against the Fire Nation invaders. Rockers, rock throw. Stone Edge, he transformed for 1 second during the white fight in the cat tower. That is true, actually. I think Rack just needs to be big all the time. I don't know what makes his design so hard to draw. Simplifies clothes. Small Rack, I can't take seriously. YouTube stream, yes, Abdul. When free again. Don't know if it's a popular theory, but whatever looks like is grooming Bam to use his body to resurrect V. I guess with the way he revived Arya, I would have put anything past Bam at this point, honestly. So I disagree only because Luslec would have not known any idea about Bam. Could be wrong. Though I think he might know about the prophecy. Maybe he believed the prophecy. Cause remember,
No, no,
Bam
let's
was
go.
somewhat prophesied to come. Hold on. Actually, go ahead.
Like, there's no way Luslec didn't know. Luslec is a round one nigga. Like when I say round one, he was on the journey with V and them. He was just a tad bit younger. They already talked about that. Like, unless the whole thing, I know that's like you be retconning shit, but let's see retcon every single thing about like that journey. Luslec was there with them. He joined somewhere in, but like he was like a like if the main cast was the
He made
10
it seem
family
like he
heads.
really looked up to V. Like he
Yeah,
really followed him. That's why he
yeah,
gave Bam the name JVG.
yeah, like they gave him that name like down from like a loose leg is like a day one fuck nigga like from the gutter like when they got it out because it literally said like unless the
Rags
blog
to
post said
riches.
story changing, yeah, rags to riches type shit. Like he was there a good amount of the journey. Like if the main cast of 10 family heads, he was a very prominent side character type shit. So like if the main cast was like like he was like I guess Shibisu and like hats back in season one like that relevancy. If the main cast is like Bam, Kun and Rat season one and then like Shibisu and them like they're pretty like they're tagging along or they're going up their own way type thing. So like they were there, V was there throughout a lot of that early shit before they became who they became like the 10 great family heads. So he was there since like the inception of fucking shit. So there's no way hell he don't know anything like about like Bam and shit like that. There's like no possible way.
I feel it. It's for second channel. Yeah, I forgot. I'm on my phone is my second channel. Impressive. You got our Lord and Savior, Bam. CBL for life. CBL for life. I dedicate my heart to Bam. Come on now. Come on now. I don't doubt him for any reason. I agree with it being for Bam. I think FUG is leftover of Grace family, and Bam will restore the Grace family. That's interesting. The family having the Grace family. I like that. I forgot Kel Helm can see the future. What a bum. If you actually believe a Slayer can be the family head, that's wild. I agree. For unforgettable Grace. Sup, Barry? Finally caught a stream. Welcome. Retra is not a the beginning after the end reference, which is to bait triggers me because that's why I had to strike. It is from Kubera, One Last God. The Retra clan, leader of the Retra clan, the Asura clan in that series. I sure hope none of the Slayers will kill one of the family heads. I love Tramre. Right now, I'm actually hoping he gets killed by Gus, so he isn't killed by Yama. I feel it. How would you feel if Luslec comes in and gets collapsed? Turn- turn- I'm going on hiatus.
I'm
I'm
turning that
taking a
shit off,
break.
and I don't know. I'm
I'm
turning that shit off, and I don't know if
I'm
I'm
literally,
gonna turn
I'm
it
doing
back
the
on.
Mourinho. I'm taking the headphones off. I'm oh my god. Oh my goodness. And I'm gone for like 3 months. Luslec is top 50, not getting packed up. Stop it. Yama is an ant to Luslec. I'm sure Luslec is really strong considering whenever he moves, it usually means a family head has to move, vice versa. I don't know if he'll take out a family head though. Young Triss, welcome, my boy. Luslec was like versus vice captain, the young YouTube stream. Oh shoot, yeah, I'm back. I'm back on here. I'm back on here. Have another good stream, my brother. Thank you. My nigga is life. I hear you guys, but it just seems so unlikely that Loose Like would wait on the idea of Arlene going, oh, I lost it. Did he delete it? I lost it. A detail that only CBL noticed. Bam was only ready to counterattack with the Leviathan. Yes, I saw the. He was ready. Dumas is not beating Bam in a fair one-on-one fight. He's all of his powers. I'm not scared of that nigga. Bam, put him in a spliff. Hack him. All right, hack watch. East and Pazu saying I missed you.
Oh, what's up, Fonzie?
Loose like, please just bring answers that we have finally been waiting for about the past. FUG stocks are already sold. LOL, yeah, I'd go on hiatus to this crazy tower gossips of greatness. We are witnessing peak right now. I hear you guys, but it just seems so unlikely that Loose like would wait on the idea of going outside of the tower, resurrecting her baby with outside God for that baby to enter. Too many unknowns. I agree. Honestly, with how disappointing Ivanka ended up being, don't get too hyped up with Loose like. Oof. If Gustan kills Trauma, then we can finally fire Yama. We can finally fire Yama back to his day job. What are y'all doing
Man,
now?
that nigga been fired.
You probably shouldn't be here in Ponzu because I'm talking about Raws and Tower of God. I think you read officials, so be careful. You might get spoiled, so you probably should head out. I don't know if you're caught up. Bam was about to do it to that nigga. Wait, let us hear it.
I'll say
Y'all think that Dumas ain't beating Bam? Nah, what's going on? I don't. I think if Bam uses all of his abilities and powers, Dumas can't beat him. And if Dumas's armor is a spell, Bam is literally the D-spell card from Yu-Gi-Oh! He is anti-magic. He is the Imagine Breaker, okay, from Kamijo Toma. That's not working on him. Tiara has a spell with her book, and as soon as Bam came, her shit stopped working properly. He turned into like liquid the way she was too. He is not similar. He is different. He's different. He's not like these bums in the tower. All right? You better become a CBL and respect Bam. He don't lose. He gets W. He etches in Ryoma. Only W's. It said,
crazy
Domash.
part.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Crazy
man.
part was he even attacked Charlie. He was just there.
Mm-hmm.
You're like,
I wonder if we're gonna see. That's Team Super Sour. Super Sour. So like, okay, yeah. What's so important about Arlene Street? Elaine and Mulov are there. Bam. Exactly. Mulov, baby. Imagine Breaker, yo, Wagner for the Elaine Hopium. Imagine Breaker. I was just watching Real Gun today. Shout out to you, real niggas, man. Real niggas know about Toma. That's my boy. I'm kind of hyped for Bam to meet Loose Like though. It's been a long time coming. So okay, let me just finish my FUG spiel, and we'll move on to some other parts of the chapter. So what did I already mention? I understand why they're not taken seriously by the higher ups in the tower, the strong people in the tower. I mentioned that I don't think they're strong enough, and my problem is it's one thing if like let's say you go to any FUG faction and you see the Slayer is training. That would put my mind at ease. At the very least, they know they're not ready. It's the fact they're not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like Yama even trained to beat Doom, and I'm like, to me, it's
niggas be
kind of pathetic that their goal is a family head, but they can't even deal with some like middle of the packed high rankers. I'm gonna give Dumas his credit. That's a number 3 in a great family. I'm sure they're different because even Kirin and Lobodan to me seem very impressive. I'm not going that far. But if you're shooting that far and you can't even do this, it's like, I'm trying to think of, I'm gonna think of an example on the spot. It's like you trying to like shoot from Damian Lillard range, but you can't make fucking layups. What are we doing? Like, make a layup, make a free throw, make a midi before you start shooting from the parking lot like you're Midorima. Like, I'm not trying to see that. That's not moving me. Yeah, and then with like Yama, White, and Karaka, I just think ultimately they've all been pathetic. Now, if you like their character and personality, I am not commenting on that. I like Karaka as a character. I still think he's funny, even with the way people talk to him. I only watch the news White is just
I got my answer
malicious. He's trying to just devour souls, just want to kill. Like I like that about them. Yama entertains me to some degree, though. Him saying I can't even remember one page after I've read it is kind of fucking hilarious. He's just smooth brain. So I'm not talking about the personality because you probably agree with this. It reminds me of Rack. Rack is a great character. Do you not agree? Right?
Yeah, he
But
was at one point.
what does Rack self-proclaim? What internally motivates him? Hunting turtles, combat, fighting. What does he never fucking do?
Fight or hunt.
I think that's problematic personally. That's my issue. It's listen, Dumas is him. I'm giving him his credit. I was wrong initially. I didn't think he was gonna be that cold. I'm even giving the light bearer some credit. Bam had to put his back into it to break the barrier. I said, "Oh, hold on, you blocking the goat, LeBam James? Come on now." Someone got mad at me in my video saying I just want Bam to lose. And I'm like, I defended him. What is? You did not watch the video. You did not watch it. You did not watch the video. I was defending him because I was saying Dumas did get like he didn't. I don't know. I think he probably did react because of the Leviathan panel that we saw. With like him, maybe he's going to counterattack. I don't think it was fast enough for him to counterattack because I don't think Yama, Jinsung, or Karaka are stronger than him. If they could react to the attack, I think he could too. So yeah. Oh, all right. Where was I? Wagner for the lane. Hopium. CBL hype. Everyone should be malfunction when Bam pull up. Exactly. Certified Bam lover. I'm a CBL, but Bam ain't beating Dumas. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that, but that's okay. You could disagree with me. It's fine. I'm not mad if you think that. I don't think Dumas armor is a spell, but of course Bam would win if they fought to the death. When Luslec sees how Bam fares against rankers compared to the other Slayers, he'll change the name from FPG to CBL. Best character Mew love. Gang. Nah, I hope my girl has high hopes for me the way you guys have hope for Bam. In no way in God's earth does he beat Dumas right now. You're basically saying Bam is top 110. I believe Bam is top 60. You're downplaying what I think. I think Bam is top 60. You're too
Oh,
low.
he's
Too
smacking
low. Go ahead, sorry.
he's smacking the dead cat. But like you
Yeah.
were saying earlier, it's like oh fuck. I'm still eating that shit. I don't care if it fell.
I'll take a roll.
You fucked up. But yeah. but dead ass it's like you said about all them niggas like you just named. It's like, yeah, we not but you know what? It's cool you like their characters. But guess what? Fuck their character shit. That don't matter. We talking about power right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like like if I established these are the niggas that are threats, like it's why the niggas not worried, cause like not even power per se, like let's say it's like y'all forces don't match y'all sloppy and unorganized. It's like the military isn't worried about uh the gang on 50th Street or in the projects, ABG. I'm throwing out a random name right now, right? Random gang name. They're worried about the Sicarios. That's what the government be worried about. They worry about like the cartel and them niggas and all them other motherfuckers, like, you know, the triads, niggas moving in like that. Fuck is not like the triad and the Yakuza and them. They're like fucking like a mixture. They got the shit all jumbled up. It's like, why should you worry about you niggas if you not only don't have, you lack the power you do got, 90% of them niggas sleep or nowhere to be found.
And you're not a cohesive group, you're disorganized. You're not even like
Like,
united. Yeah.
exactly, because each family is like, oh, we part of this family. Them niggas stationed on the floor at a specific spot, and you know where to find them. Like that's how the tower goes. Like, you know who owns this floor, where you can find number 5 of the tower at this time, basically. Like, well, not of the tower, but of a family. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, this nigga's in charge of this army, where you can find them, where they're stationed at, where the fleet is at. You niggas are creeping and hiding, and lo and behold, places the most strongest y'all niggas are basically rumors. Don't nobody seen them niggas. Y'all ain't got no fucking family. And other niggas be sleeping. And niggas you do got semi-active are jokes.
Like the Kel Helm statement is so fresh in my head when he said Yama was exerting power on par with the first generation. He wasn't even complete canine transformation, and this is before we know he needed 3 fangs and Arcanak. Like it's just I maybe it'll make sense later, but for the time being, it's weirdly not consistent in my opinion. But I beat Doom. No point in training anymore. Might as well sleep my life away. Dumas might lead Karaka to Karaka race reveal, going more into the dark world to destroy each other's heart. Karaka needs a W. He's been getting jobbed out since 1v1 with Yuri. Before that, even you could say, I love Karaka because he's wise. Always plays his cards right. Nah, he's lame now. I'm just done with him. Yeah, FUD Slayers could be exceptionally strong. Like it seems like Mirchea and maybe Hadin-san are the only ones in that group that are halfway competent. I mean, he lost to Caliban and Machete technically. I mean, I don't know how you guys see that fight though. You might give him excuses. Dumas giving me Caliban flashbacks. We always expect the Slayers to put in work, and then we like their opponents better. Didn't they see you shouting CBL every day? They don't know, man. Do you think we will get to see other family hands since Luslec is pulling up? I think if it's happening, it'll be a family loyal to Jihad. So Arie Han, because of him getting his ass beat 10 times plus whatever it was. RDA Han, probably. Someone said maybe RE because they keep the peace, they're like peacekeepers. It could be possible. So maybe RE would come, but it'd be somebody affiliated with Jihad like Traumare is, I'd say. Like I don't see like Kunadwan coming. I don't think he gives a shit. That's in my opinion though. I want Bam to
Yeah.
lose because I don't like the idea that only family heads put a legitimate threat to him. I feel it, but I'm just not there anymore. I've completely accepted what Bam is. I'm just not there anymore. He's the GOAT. Dumas is getting bodied by Bam if Bam goes all out. I agree. SU just let characters die cool. Die cool. I'm tired of seeing what they become. Have you noticed that none of the family heads ever met Wagnag? Not in floor of death. Even though it was said that he's the biggest mistake of the Jihad and family's made. I did not notice that. That's interesting. Maybe SIU's avoiding him mainly for a reason because maybe they see something, they'll immediately know who or what he is. That's interesting. Because I do still think that Karaka, Ja Wagnan, and the captain or the boss are tangibly connected in some way or form. I no longer want Bam to lose the fodder of accepted CBL gospel. Keep Kirbying. Facts. If Luslec can fight evenly with a family head and Bam gets to that point for the first time, there'll be a force strong enough to fight against a family head in the tower. I don't think any in tower habitant really can, but he's probably one of, if not the strongest in tower habitant. But I think Adori and Bayek Ryun and some of them could probably pose that level of threat. If Bam was that strong this early, it would ruin the story. It's
Oh,
it,
we passed that point.
yeah, like it is hilarious to me because like, do you ever think about over the past 4 years of covering the series how we flip sides? Remember when we used to always say he's not that strong, the tower is much more dangerous than you think it is. There's all these hidden monsters and blue holes and blah blah blah, and we just kept getting example and evidence after evidence that this nigga is unstoppable, and we got beaten into submission to accept him as our Lord and Savior, and now people are where we were 4 fucking years. It's so hilarious to me because
I will never.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, you go.
I was gonna say I was gonna say for me it's the Dustin argument. Dustin was right. It's not even always about Bam actually being more powerful than the person he's in front of. Fate, destiny, and things in the story are going to converge in some way, shape, or form to give him a leg up or let him get away. If if you think Bam wasn't somehow fast enough to react to Dumas' carrier, what happened? Well, Bam, you're special, so we're not going to hurt you. Bye. Right? Stop right in front of him. He's about to get bodied by was it the orange snake attack by Charlie? Yuri's like, take the Black March. You can't beat him. But with the Black March, you get a fighting chance. You see, something always happens in order to give him a chance to stand his ground. And I do not think people are taking that in. Call it contrived, call it plot armor, whatever it is you want to go by, but it is consistent. If there's one thing he's been, oh shoot, my fault. I gotta, hold on. My camera died. I'm gonna go to this scene for a second. I goofed. That's my bad. But yeah, um, this is not working. It froze. Okay, give me a second, guys. That's my fault. But yeah, sorry.
I'll,
Speak though. Say what you're gonna say. So I have to change my battery.
so I'll take over while he doing that. That's funny as fuck. Is I was just about to bring up the Dustin argument, man. Right before you talk, and then I'll let you go, and then you brought it up. I was like, see, I was just about to bring up the Dustin argument, and we was all gung ho. It's me, you, Sammy. Everybody was like gung ho, like Bama's not doing this. Bama's not beating that. Like
He's
not
not
being Yuri.
ranker
Like
level, right? Remember us?
like
God, we were
Yeah, I
dumb.
was like, boy, that shit crazy. Now look back on it, it's like, oh, never mind. It was wrong as fuck. Extremely hella wrong. Like, well then,
Yeah.
it's just so funny because it's like, damn, nigga, how did my how turns the tables? That shit fucking is
Tables
funny,
have
man.
turned. I probably have to turn this off too. That's probably pop off his camera off. So I do not know what to do. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I forgot to charge my camera. That's my bad. So yeah, Hendo pulling up. Fan base loves Hodgson Song. They'll give him all the excuses. He never lost to Calavan, Macheni, or Dumas. He's the GOAT and the best father. It is actually that disgusting. It is that disgusting. Like, he can do no wrong. Where I'm like, okay, like I like Hodgins song. It is what it is. I don't like Trip, but like, yeah, I see them rationalize for him no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening. But yeah, when Bam came and kind of immediately drew blood from Holland, and this is right after we got White kind of explained that he has to learn to combine his powers. He used the arrow to teleport the thing, brought back Arya, beat White, got White's ability, got Leviathan's power, and I'm like, bro, they're not stopping this nigga. If he actually goes in true self mode, activates both thorns, uses the soul force, the crown, Leviathan, and knows how to efficiently combine all of those powers, there's not a single person on this floor that I believe in a fair fight would take him down. And if they were somehow stronger than him, like I said, something externally would help him. Whether Hodgson come to take some fatal hit and opens them up to do a flare wave, something's gonna happen. It's happened. It's been consistent. I promise you. Go look. I'm not lying. Take a gander. When he's in trouble, something kind of contrived seems to happen. That's all I'm saying. One thing he's consistent about is being consistent, or it could be Aria Han or another family head that we've not seen yet that could attend with Luslec. We've heard whenever Luslec moves, that's so does a family head. That's true. That's true. Hendo pulling up. I would like to see Hendo. Hendo was the family head I am the most interested in seeing personally because he didn't get the same immortality contract. But for some reason I don't think it's Hendo season. Granted, I literally said last week on Twitch, Luslec was not pulling up, and I was fucking wrong. So I was wrong as shit, boy. He came the next week. SCU said, bet. Stupid ass nigga, I'm about to prove him wrong. Wrote it in. I was converted to CBL after the fight with White. See, everyone has their line where they're like, I can't deny what I'm seeing any longer. There just comes a point, right? Right? We have to accept it. You have to accept it, bro. He's our Lord and Savior, man. I hear what you're saying, but plot armor story isn't digestible enough reason to accept Bam being overly strong or beating people he shouldn't. But I'm still telling you, I think he's stronger than them. My point is, even if it wasn't, something would happen. I am my main assertion here is Bam is top 60 in the tower. I 100% believe at full power he is. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to agree with me. It's fine. I've made this video like 2 years ago. You can go look at it. I've believed this for like 2 years now. It's not even a new thought that I've had. I wonder if Rachel climbed the tower once before. Colony, why do you think that? Why are you saying that? Interested in knowing your thought process. Expand upon that a little bit. What kind of technical abilities do you think Luslec will have? I have no idea, but I definitely think everything we've seen the FUG cats use, like the flare wave fist and stuff, he'll have it in its like most potent form. But with the way that he's like the darkness and the dark text bubbles, I feel like he'll have some edgy ass like despair wave. I don't know. I don't know why. Zetsubo thrust. Like I don't know, some darkness shit and stuff like that. I did like the chapter. Yes, I enjoyed the chapter. It was good. I had a good time. I wonder. I saw Bam revive that wristwatch bitch and I pulled a reverse sweep on full power White, and I was like, "You got it, King." See, everyone has their moment. I low key went through a phase where I disagreed with family heads Naya's takes and thought he was being a bit too critical of SIU and the writing for Bam. I apologize for my folly. CBL is for life now. Eventually, we'll get everyone. We're gonna confront everybody. Once Bam was over Leviathan, I gave up. Bama's on the level of Luffy to me when it comes to plot conveniences, whether it's luck or not. At some point, I just got to accept he's gonna get his way. Yeah, I thought no way Bam could beat White already. It's too early for that. That would make him top 100. Now I know better, fam. Yeah, it's just again, I think it's intentional. It is what it is. And the argument people used to do you remember what the three arguments they used to say was? One was that he has to beat Jihad. He's an irregular. What was the third one? They used to always say like he has to be this strong because
Uh,
he has to beat Jihad. Like I can't remember what they used to say to us all
yeah,
the
yeah,
time.
yeah. Because he has to be He has to be ready when he meets Jihad. I think that was the one.
Yeah. Luslec on his Ansem gimmick. Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. Ansem the Wise. Is it Luslec that has a hook that's said to be able to pierce anything? I think so. Was it? Was it? What? No, Malik. No, Malik has that. Was it the halberd? Shit. I don't even remember now. I think so. I think. I think. Let me. You know what? It's the 21st century. I could just check. Loose leg. I think you're right with the hook. I think the halberd was one of Jihad's three lords or something. Absolute darkness of the tower. Demon King Ganondorf. History. Yes. His prowess with his great black hook. His great black hook. Pause. Excuse me. Is said to be able to
He
pierce
got that. He
anything.
got
All
that.
right. So darkness hook. That's despair hook. You're all like fish in a pond. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like he's edgy. I don't know why.
But I mean, the way he was talking was kind of spoopy. So we'll see.
The black text, he said excellent.
Yeah,
Or okay,
nigga
like
had
Mr. Burns energy.
nigga had darkness all around his shit.
Yeah. And Callahan was like the one who's in the dark. uh in terms of family heads, I think we might see Horatia blossom if Gustang has a weakness. It's probably the only person in the tower he loves. I wonder if that would weapons against him. I think I guess the thing is like I feel like she can defend herself. Do you think that he loves his daughter, like N? I think N could be a useful tool as well. I'm not mad at that. I've had that thought, but I ended up defaulting to his sealed daughter. But that's interesting. What happens when he absorbs what Rachel wants to get her hands on? Rachel's gonna throw a hissy fit. It'll be hilarious, and then it'll be even stronger. I wonder if Luslec will have similar Suchu qualities as Bam, seeing as Bam's true Suchu color is black. I even see a little bit of overlap with Karaka with World of Darkness and stuff like that. And so, we'll see though. I can see the Chupery showing up to broadcast the event to the other family heads. Oh, the God Eye. Looking forward to Gustang's villain arc. Wonder if he's the true antagonist of this saga. I'm here for it. Malik was halberd. Thank you. Malik has a halberd. Lucic got a hook. Thank you. Do you think Lucic is going to train Bam? I mean,
I don't know. They don't.
I,
He don't
I,
need training at this point. So let's not even. Let's just cut the bullshit.
I,
We don't need
my
no more
question would just be
training
like,
arcs.
why did he wait so long?
Uh,
Like you
I
had
I
him when
be
Hodges Sung was there. Like why wait now? Why now? I guess.
I I I be no. Ain't no damn excuse. I just be fuming. I be like, all right, bro. We ain't a damn thing you can teach the nigga now. What'd you wait so long for? Like you said, what you wait so long for?
Mm-hmm. Luslec confirmed slanging. He's doing my source dance, swinging my
Oh yeah.
shout out to Lime King, bro. I can't wait for that cipher to drop. But what was I gonna say? Okay, there's other things in the chapter we're gonna talk about. We could circle back to Luslec. I know we're excited, but let's talk about the Icarus stuff real quick with the book. So
Yeah.
Traumare's reading the book, and you see the stuff with Icarus. And one of the first things that stood out to me, well, first of all, there's a panel with all like the family heads. It looks like I don't want to put it on screen again, but it looks like I see Kunaduan, Icarus slash Arlene. This girl looks like Yuri, obviously, so that's probably Ha Yurin. That's Traumare. There was a person in the armor that had a needle in their
I
hand. Do you
bet
think that's
money. It,
Ari-Han, or do you think that's maybe Hendo?
I was betting money it was Hendo because he looked giant.
I like armor, defense, defender.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you. So that was interesting. I'm gonna make a short. I'm gonna make a short about it, asking you guys who you think it is. So just stay tuned for that. So I apologize. Luslec is really about to carry FUG. I think N would be Gustang's weakness. I think I agree with that too. Bam doesn't need training. Karaka clearly does. I never knew Luslec was gonna get involved. The stakes are too high to not get involved. I could somewhat agree with that. Plus, there's the opportunity to take down two family heads. I guess you want to take that opportunity. Now, here's where I actually keep harping back to this, and I don't know if you had this thought. So there's a panel with these two exoskeleton machine Terminator looking robots. And every time that I see that, I harken back to what Nen said about the tower originally just being plants and machines. Do you remember when Nen said that back with Wang Wang, the flashback? This is Yama's mom. She said that like the
No, no.
originally the tower was kind of just full of like something about the tower being machines and plant lives, and humans and stuff really came later. And I think he's been oddly consistent with this because every time I see like a machine or a plant now, I think about her words. So I wonder if that's gonna come full circle. I don't know if you guys in the chat or you have any thoughts on that, East.
I mean, it makes sense because back in the old times they did have a lot of shit. Like back in the war, remember I'm reaching deep, but remember I forgot that nigga name, but the nigga that was on the hell train,
Mm-hmm.
the conductor nigga that Yuri boxed out. That remember that
Mm-hmm.
that's the nigga that made Karaka go crazy, like, yo, y'all killed my nigga.
Pedro, was it
Shit.
Pedro, the purple Dementor, with the purple
Yeah,
Dementor, when
yeah,
she
yeah,
showed you can
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
poisonous thing that he had. Sorry, yeah, sorry. I was drinking
yeah,
water. I
yeah,
couldn't speak.
yeah. Yeah, and then he was like, they used to use this back in the war, ancient. Like this shit is an old ass like thing, and that was like a machine type shit. So I think that kind of fairly tracks enough
Okay.
to a degree, because it's like, okay, if they was using shit like this back in the war back then you know what I'm saying, like.
All right. Just wanted to know what you guys are thinking. Shoot, where was I? Could Blood Matter be the OG armor user? I think he's the first to use compression. That makes sense to me. I'm not mad at that. You think maybe his heart is somewhere else too, as a result of him probably being afraid to die? That's interesting. I kind of like that actually. You're making me think. I think it's Ari because of the needle. Drip was raw though. That's Zahard's armor. Zahard's armor didn't look like that from what I
Nah,
remember. It
nah,
looked completely different,
nah. Look,
and it had like
he
the
had like
red cape.
he had
Yeah,
a
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, he had a young gladiator like type shit. Like this, like
Mm.
a full suit of like this, like he had an adventure outfit when back like when old girl like the picture like an Icarus showing. That's
Mm.
way before they got in the thing.
And
And
we've
I'm thinking the
already
other
seen
nigga,
Jihad, so why silhouette him? You know.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
I could
So
see
I'm
Kunde
thinking,
the one's ponytail, I believe. Ha Urine is supposed Yuri looks like Ha Urine, so that's Ha Urine. There's Icarus and or Arlene. I think Traumaray was one in the hoodie with the green hair. Like we could kind of see,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
it's definitely Trauma because I remember the flashback a couple of chapters ago.
With the young
Trauma
when
had
they were
that gray
younger.
hoodie. On.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So
So
positive, and like, there's no reason to hide Jihad. We already seen that nigga. Plus, Jihad didn't have this full body armor shit. He had like, well, you seen Young Jihad. We all seen Young Jihad. This is when everybody was young. So
yeah.
obviously, like, yeah.
I just know that when Luslec chops it up with Bam, you're gonna get so much lore. Agreed. The machines might have come from the workshop. It's possible. Yeah, and the early civilizations are called the Five Flower Nations, I believe. Pedro Nen said that. Yeah, I was right. That's it, Pedro. Nen said that in chapter 570 and 27. Cha also mentioned the mechanical nation and the Five Flower Nations. Yes, if Luslec tries to take out Trom or Gustang, it will definitely have something to do with to something to be wait it will definitely have to be something discreet, or Jihad and the rest of the 10 bums will pull up. Hendo having armor would be interesting, but we need to know if the armor grants pseudo immortality or need to. Or I think he said he sacrificed kids, but he could be so afraid of dying that he even put his heart somewhere else to like help him be more immortal-ish. Is basically what I'm saying. Like he has a fear of death, the lifelong turtle, or whatever. Can the offspring of two irregulars violate the contract of immortality, or are they restricted since they were born in the tower? My understanding is if you were born in the tower, even by two irregulars, you're still bound to the rules of it. I think the difference with Bam, from my understanding, is he died and was resurrected outside of the tower from the outside god and then re-entered, which makes him some weird like regular irregular kind of thing. So I think he's just in his own category. If you want, you could throw Rachel in that category if you believe she'd been in the tower and left and came back in. I think you're thinking though. I think and I feel you.
So I want to touch
Um
on things.
yeah, go ahead.
Because I was you said some that's an interesting. The Now this one like a bit of a reach, but it would be interesting to see if who created that world of darkness, the void thing. It would be interesting to see if like Hendo has something to do with that. If everybody's heart talking about him putting his heart somewhere else, and we know magic was a fairly interesting thing back then. So I don't know if like he created himself or whatever, but like it seems to be different variations of that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how it goes when somebody creates one thing and then everybody start creating like a variation, in their own subsection or like type beats and shit. Like everybody has a transcendental skill, but it's like their own variation of like, okay, it's transcendental skill, but then it's like this way I'm using it this way type shit. Like it all branches out. Like how like Yaiba, it all starts like basically the one breath, and everybody start creating their own variations, but it's all breathing
So
techniques.
yeah.
Like if if this nigga's scared of losing that, and we follow what everybody's saying, like, oh, what if he put his heart somewhere else? It may make sense to track. So what if he was the first one to do like, I put my heart in this world of like, not saying not everybody shares the same world of darkness, but in this own thing, because spells and all that are old shit. Not we only seen like 3 spell users in this goddamn thing, other than people using like actual spells like themselves, other than other people using like items that have magic
Arlene,
spells. Yeah,
Icardi,
and that's
Icardi could. Is that
yeah,
it? I think it's someone else we're
yeah.
forgetting, but oh,
That that
the
Java
Korean
nigga.
ranker, Korean ranker.
Yeah, Levy. That
Yeah,
bum ass
yeah,
nigga.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I said ranker. The question, a Korean Riddler. Sorry, that's what it was. That's
That
what it
shit
was.
funny as
He's such a
fuck.
fraud.
But yeah,
He's such a fraud. He was such a. I can't believe he wasted any time hyping that bozo up. It was insane to me.
that
Insanity,
was
bro.
the that was the start of everything downfall. That was crazy.
Shit. Machines in Ancient Tower makes sense because of the workshop exists inside and outside the tower, and other than 10 families, I think originated the workshops are. That's a good point. But yeah, we have some examples of offspring again. N is also an offspring of two people. And remember, yeah, that Urine and Arihan, they have offspring together. So I don't think that necessarily makes them whatever. You know what I'm saying? Who do you think the next family head we're going to see, or we're just gonna show all the family heads at once? Uh, the reason that I think it would probably be Arihan or Kunaduan is because they're probably the ones we know the most about, and because we've seen Data Kunaduan, I could see him being the next just general real time IRL reveal being one of them. But I hope I'm wrong though. I think it's somebody we haven't seen before. I keep saying this, and I'll keep saying this. Hendo's the one I'm the most interested in, but I don't think it's Hendo season yet. But I don't mind if SIU if you want to make me look bad again and bring him in next chapter. I'm not upset at it. Not upset at it.
Now this
So
is what
yeah,
I say. I meant to say this earlier, but Luslec is not going to aim for Gusting because Luslec and Gusting's thing, like those tie in together, and
right now
Gusting
they're
has like
against. Okay, yeah.
and Gusting has ties in the fug too, so to speak. Like we've seen him move like people like around that area. Like Gusting is like Gus Lake will not Loose Lake will not move against Gusting because Gusting benefits him. And I wouldn't be
Mhm.
surprised that they also have some ties because there's too many intertwined parties. Machini's moving her own, but then Hodges says like you don't know the monsters you really fucking with type shit. Like you got me out the paint, but that was like by a cheap shot in the back. You set me up by being smarter because I just exhausted my energy doing anything. But you don't know the real demons that's in the back And
Yeah.
he keeps saying these blue hole shits and this that, and the other. Like you don't know the real demons you fucking with, Charlotte. Like in the back, and this whole book shit, and it's like, yeah, it's just like a bunch of shit in the shadows that it ain't like the ancient niggas from the Hidden Grove. It's all types of shit. Old
Hmm.
niggas sealed away. Old niggas just sitting there. That's just the strongest niggas in the top 100. All types of shit like that. And it's like, all right, what's really going on behind the scenes. But Luslec and them, Gusting, Luslec wouldn't move against Gusting. If anything, Gusting probably gave Luslec an edge because Gusting has plans to kill this nigga Trauma Ray. And the fact that they chimed in and was like, oh yeah, you used to always beat this nigga at chess. This nigga Gusting been plotting on all y'all for the longest time. Like, and
We're
once
gonna get
again,
to
that's
what he wants to do in a second because he seems to. If he opens that book, he says he's basically saying "f the whole tower," you know.
yeah, like
So
yeah. He's like, if I open this shit, just
it's
know
over.
it's
This
over. It's over.
this is
It's
rapture.
like that.
It's like I don't know,
It's
like,
like all this shit. Yeah, all this shit about to come burning the fuck down.
and he already somewhat revealed this with the Fitbit, the Apple Watch, when he's like, I want to give people a way to like be able to kill irregulars and or like great families. Kind of what he insinuated, if I remember correctly. So if I'm misremembering that, someone in the chat correct me. But it's reminding me of like Syndrome from Incredibles. Like if everyone's special, no one is. You know. So
Mm-hmm.
let me
That
let me catch up
fit
to
bit.
let me catch up to the comics real quick.
Mm-hmm.
that color scheme is Zahar's color, golden and red. Suppose that every family has their own color scheme. That should be Zahar. I don't think it's him. Again, my question to you would be, why hide it? We already know what he looks like. We've seen him in present time. We've seen adult Jihad, dad Jihad. Like, why would you silhouette that? It makes no sense to me. It's completely
and
necessary. It's
it's primarily gray. Like it has Jihad was red and black, red and black. This has red
Mhm.
accents with a little gold belt.
Mhm. Brilliant said Grace better be family head level. I know it don't make sense. He ain't in a regular, but make some BS reason SCU. I'm all for it. V on his dying breath transferred his essence with his final Hamon. Jojo became its power. Boom. There we go. Rationalized already. Boom. Do you think Zahar will send a Dory now? Trauma Ray alone is not enough. Hitman a Dory? Please. Please send Hitman a Dory. I need that. I need that. I'd like
Yo, is
I'd
she
like I'd
coming up?
like that. I'd like that. Rachel chose to have her form as Icarus on the hidden floor. Rachel knows what Bam truly is. Rachel is Icarus, is the Icarus curse in the current form of Rachel. That's very interesting. But she's always said, be aware of the night. You know his name could be 25th Night, 25th Chestnut. She's always kind of seen him as this monster. So I think there's a lot of validity to that. Is this the first time seeing straight up robots in the series? Like we have artificial beings, but they still looked humanoid. It could be. I don't remember him just like I really like that panel. It might be one of the thumbnails that I use, but yeah, I think so. I think Hendo is gonna be a like a Master Roshi. You're gonna be like Master Roshi from Dragon Ball, like a pervert. Is that what you mean? I don't think
Mm-hmm.
so. I don't think so. I know he has to fuck for his lifespan, but could it? Dewan's the one that I can see. Like he's in a mid conversation, and you see some cheeks. And he's like, "What's that over there?" Like a little distracted. Do I think Icarus is loose? Like I don't. Some people brought it up, and I thought it made sense because if you're taking the admiration at its face level and not adding romantic undertones to it, it wouldn't be that crazy because he did follow and respect V a lot. But I don't think so though. There's not too many magic users. Rachel knows about Arlene. She doesn't refer to her as mother or anything except Arlene. She's not the daughter of Arlene. That's a good point, Colony. Do you guys have a favorite team combination you would have in TOG? As in like what, like to fight? Or just like I love seeing this like duo or trio together. I actually do think Bam, Rack, and Aguero are a solid trio. I don't mind when they beat Delete. I actually like that moment in a wall of peaceful coexistence area. That was I like that. Um, that didn't bother me. I actually thought Kel Hellam. Sorry. Well, Kel Hellam and So are fine. I meant Han Sung Yu and Evankel with the whole paths, then learning about their past and how they met each other. I didn't mind them. Thought it was cool. But if you're acting like a dream team up, that I would like to see, it's gotta be Mio Love and Tiara. Yes, sir. You got the blue ore. He moving around. He throwing big. He throwing exquisite, fast balls, curves balls, and all kinds of crazy stuff. Don Sula gimmick, and Tiara out there with writing the scenario to make him thrive. You have one? Hello.
If we talking about,
Yeah.
if we talking niggas, I know. I honestly, I like to see, like young young Edouard and young Jihad going tag team.
I feel it. Obviously, Hendo and Edouard are known as one of the most dangerous combinations too, if I remember correctly. So that'd be interesting.
I would like to see that duo versus Jihad and
Mm-hmm.
REA home, whichever one it is. I never get that shit right. I swear to God, I never will.
Artie Hon is a swordsman. Ari
Okay,
Han is the needler.
okay, REA home. I love this. I would love to see that combo. Like those two versus each other, that would have to be the sickest match ever. I couldn't even tell you like if it was just them two fighting, I would like I don't even we don't even know what the Hendo capable of and what the fuck like because for some reason I feel like Jihad just seems like such a monster because he beat REA, but I don't think he's literally not washing anybody
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think he spanked that nigga like that, especially after
Like
like
like like
even
like
they
like if
said
Trauma and Gustang and Kuna Dewan wanted to fight Zahar, you don't think he could beat them all at the same time? Because
oh
I'm kind of
hell
with you. I think he's like stronger than them by enough that it matters, but like he couldn't just take them all on his own. That makes sense.
Like I
I could be
honestly,
wrong though. I think Urek and Enryu are on par, if not as strong as him, if not stronger though. Those are the two I think are
I
stronger than him or
I
stronger than him.
believe Aaron you. I
And
believe Aaron
obviously
is stronger
Fanta.
than.
Obviously Fanta.
Yeah, yeah. I believe Aaron is definitely toe to toe with Jihad. Maybe toe to toe, probably edging out stronger. And then I mean Yurik, and then Aaron is stronger than both of them niggas.
Okay, that's fair.
Because Aaron,
You know me,
Aaron,
I see them all even. It's literally my Yonko versus Admiral gimmick. No outcome would shock
yeah,
me. Like if
yeah,
Enryu
like
and Jihad fought, and like I read Emily, and it's like Jihad won. Like, oh, fair enough. Enryu won. Oh, fair enough. Draw. Oh, fair enough. Inconclusive. Oh, fair enough. Like no outcome would be like what? Oh, reckless. Like
yeah.
I would never react that way. Like, oh, fair enough. That's kind of how I see it. So
Honestly, I see Jihad above the other family heads, but he's not taking the reins on anybody. Like against Gustang and Edwan, he's not taking the reins. And I don't say Gustang because Gustang is prepared because Gustang knows everybody.
he's
And I
smart.
say like, and then Edwan is more so of like, he is like a different type of like entity altogether because those two seem like best friend rivals to me. Like you know how there's like in some series there's like there's the anti-hero shadow, darker like edge role character, and then there's your main character, and then you have like and they're kind of rivals, but then you have like the main character and his rival that's like right there. I'm trying. I would like to think of a series that has that stays consistent with it to the end, but I can't really think of one off the
Mhm.
top of my head at the very least. But it's more like it's like you know how they always got that
Like
one special
Zebra
character.
Toriko type beat. I don't know, or like
Yeah,
I don't know. Just throwing one out
yeah.
there.
Like basically, you know how they always got that one rogue character that's like got the same type of power type shit.
I
That's
got
like
you. I got you. I got you.
super strong shit like that. It's like that's what V would align for me for. Like how he's a rival, but he's like super strong at the same time. But
Mhm.
he's like the outside force. Meanwhile, it would be like Jihad and Edwan. I would see them two. The relationship they have even when they were young. You those two would be pushing each other type beat.
I got you.
Because even when they were fighting, they were going toe to toe like like dun, 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 like I ain't see nobody like oh he's gonna watch this nigga like we didn't see what Edwan could really do. He wasn't even like going stupid. Jihad went stupid against Bam though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Poor and Dorsey guys. LOL just have to watch the light show. She should have bought 3D glasses. And again, we're not close to Arie Han, but maybe close to Eduan. It's possible. Yeah, fair enough, Mike. Rachel is Icarus. She climbed the tower with 13 great families. She was cursed and lost everything, which she tells and blames Bam for many times. Are you telling me like you're like that wasn't a question or like a theory? Like you're just definitively stating that? I'm gonna hold you to that, Colony. If you're wrong, I want an apology. That's the only thing I get mad at sometimes with like people like they say something so nope, obviously this is it, and it's not that. Like ZKKC niggas like obviously Zoro's gonna kill Kaido, and then look at these fucking idiots backtracking and sniffing copium and all kind of nonsense. That's all I ask is if you're wrong, I don't want to have to seek you out. Come and apologize. Like I was wrong. That's all I ask. That was a definitive statement. Want to see that Edwin Hendo link up, that unstoppable spear and shield combo? I feel it. Yeah, that Edwin Hendo duo must have been fire back in the day for real. What would be crazy if Gustang and Traum having this game and the Doi pulls up near the end and cleans up Gustang? It would be crazy. I personally don't think V is dead, but maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong too. I just don't like the idea that he's alive, I guess. But unless the whole charade with this is a complete fabrication of the lie, we just don't know what happened at all with all of them. You know what I'm saying? You might have to start repping the Jihad flag if that happens. I think my favorite team in the entire series was Novik and Ran. Oh, that's a good one. I fuck with them.
Ooh,
Ran.
that was a the
Ran.
hammer.
Oh, Ran.
That was a
Yep. I want to see legendary Eduan Hendo duo. That shit would sound like crazy. Gets a strong ass motherfucker like Jihad and Iraq. Do you guys still care if the other Slayers get revealed? Yeah, I still want to see them. I do. Yeah. It's just my opinion of Slayers and FUG has been reformed and tempered. So I'm not expecting them to come out the woodworks and being like absolutely unstoppable. But yeah, I do. I still want to see them. Does anyone know what direct descendant actually means? Like, is it main bitch and side bitch kind of thing? Because Kun AA is Adwan's son and Yuri is Urine's great granddaughter. It's probably one of those things where as long as you're connected directly by like blood to the like family head from the standpoint of like I I'm not good at this. I'm gonna try to explain as best as I can. So it's kind of like if me and a girl we have a kid, right? That kid has my blood, saying assuming I'm a family head, right? If she marries like somebody else and has a kid, that kid still has my blood too. So that's how like the great grand thing works because they still have that thing. But now let's say now let's say like no, it is kind of weird, but I think some families probably have like adopted people and people who are so far down the line disconnected from a family head that it's like barely there. But more often than not, they do mean direct son. Like I fathered this kid, even though he's my 300 my 30th child or something like that. I'm not good at doing family trees. Like I know what I'm trying to explain in my head, but I actually can't explain it, which is weird for me because I'm usually good at articulating my thoughts. But how am I trying to explain this? Like
You're
at
basically
some
saying that
point the bloodline I
the
think is
more
too
direct.
diluted or like you kind of marry outside the
Yeah,
family, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because I
that's the
do
word I was
think
about to
based on
use.
what we saw
It
with
gets
Trauma Ray,
diluted.
there's some incestuous stuff happening. For sure. There's some incest in the tower. Keeping the bloodline pure and whatnot, based on what I remember. But that's maybe I'll make a video on that. But yeah, but yeah.
What's gonna be cool? What's gonna name breeding in the tower?
You said what?
You gonna name it inbreeding in the tower?
Reading in the tower? Yes.
In,
And the thumbnail just be Trauma Ray watching. Icarus seems to love V, and Rachel got a weird love hate relationship with Bam, where she doesn't want to be with him, but still wants him to chase her, and both of them don't want to see the sky scar. This Bam, I don't think Bam cares about the stars. He does. Direct Attendant, I'm pretty sure, is a literal child of a family head. I feel like Han Hendo should be better team than Hendo Edowan because Han behind his sword from around Hendo while staying behind him. Caliban versus Dumas. Are you saying that's gonna happen? Are you asking me my opinion who to win? Probably Dumas based on what I've seen so far, because Caliban had to figure out that he has no heart. I don't know if he's aware of that kind of stuff. He was a squadron commander, so maybe he's aware of the ability and technique to do that. Yuri isn't a direct descendant because she's merely a great grandchild, though her hot traits are very evident, even being compared to Yuri herself. I'm pretty sure if it's referring to series that Yuri's a direct descendant. I'm pretty sure they've called Yuri I guess descendant. I guess you know what? Maybe have they ever used direct and just descendant? Maybe it was just descendant, and I just added direct in my head because direct would be that's Urine's kid and Ari's kid. But obviously, I don't know, man. I
I
just hit this
mean,
for that because I'm certain
Hajin
this
Sung
is the
is a
one.
Hajin Sung is a direct descendant because he's literally her
He's
grandchild.
a grandson, yeah. I still think it works like that if you're part of the main bloodline or branch line. But you know what? It's a good question that I haven't particularly thought about. So I'll think about it and I'll come up with a better answer for you. I can't do it on the spot right now. I apologize. I remember her getting called direct descendant too. Imagine Ernie pulling up next chapter. That'd be crazy. Only direct descendant of Ha are the twins of Ha Yura and with Ari. Technically, yes. Gustang and Tiara versus uh Urine and Yuri. I'd be here for it. I have to go with Tiara though. I'm sorry, you know. What do you think of Bam collecting all the memories? He has Arlene's pocket diary. He has information of why they gave him about Trom now Gun's memory. Why does he seem so uninformed? That's a great question, and I guess we can segue
He,
to that
I,
now. Let me just catch. Hold on. Let me just
I,
catch up real quick. The comments. I'm behind. Hold on. I'm trying not to be too behind. I just checked the rankings for the tower. Ardoi being seventh is interesting. Oh yeah, she's always been seventh. Her and Anne are tied for seventh. Hey Naya, I will take. I will. What will it take for you to become a Karaka fan again? I don't know. You have to do something crazy soon, because I'm about to I pledge my allegiance to Bam, man. His direct line of Quinn family is slightly different. For example, they're all his kids, but they have to fight to get into direct line of benefits. Okay, that's true. I forgot about the fighting stuff. Hendo family probably has the most incest because of the blood matter. As much of his kids as possible for the amount of lifespan. Main lines and branch lines are probably arbitrarily decided with how much the head characteristics are manifested in them. They don't claim the bombs and kick them out or make them a branch. The Ha family is unique definition of direct descendant because Urine's only direct descendant are with depends with Han. So all the kids, the closer lineage to Urine, such as her grandchild and grades to DD. I'm probably looking. too far into this, but what if Icarus turned on V and Arlene over time? We're just seeing her thoughts and desires, which can eventually lead to her down spiral. It's possible that she's the one that started it. It's not impossible. Okay, what do you think about Bam absorbing the pages? Because I think the question is a good question from the standpoint of Leviathan has told you some stuff. You absorb the pages, and what was the other thing? I forgot what the other thing was. And
Arlen,
Gus Memories, Traumare, Leviathan, plus the Diary of Arlene, and he just seems to know nothing. So what do you think? What do you think about that? Some
so
people were mad that he
maybe
absorbed the book. Like now we can absorb knowledge. I wonder if
I,
sorry, real quick. I wonder if the book has a spell on it though. I think that could be a reason why. Like sorry, go
I
ahead.
mean, like I told you, that nigga can do anything. So I don't even need a reason. Like y'all need like a logistic reason. Like how can he do this? How can he do that? From a narrative thing, what I can see is I'll reach and I'll give roadblocks in utero of some fucking leeway right here and say, I guess it's all coming together right now because Bam is in a perfect position to talk to somebody who knows essentially everything. Because remember, Luslec has been around since the beginning. He ain't no like he a day one. Like the family had started together as day zeros. He's a day one. He's been there since like the beginnings of that shit. Like at least halfway or a little bit past, like a little bit before halfway of the journey through the tower. That's like not up for discussion unless that's how you changes and retcons in the entirety of his entire shit. But he's been around since before they even started Fug type shit. So with that being said, he knows all that shit. Like, all right, because like it's a lot of niggas that know a lot of shit. And I bet he's like one of them niggas that know some shit too, right? So so my guess is like, all right, you got all this shit, and you just learn some more shit, and then you see now you know how I know this nigga is working with Gustang or he got some connects because Luslec just said, oh, they said Bam finna want to see in person at the game. One of the family has fall, and somebody else just said that shit too. Like, oh, a fam, like
A loaf will
the
be a
nigga
will
with the
fall.
book said that shit.
Oh.
Yeah, the nigga with the book said that shit. Like another family had about to fall at the game. Then Loose Leg just said that shit, which means he knows what the fuck is about to go down to an extent. Because like I said, there's no reason Loose Leg would be going against Gustanga. Gustanga is trying to get them down, and Fug is working to prop Bam up to get him the Thorn to get to Jahad's throat. That would make literally no sense whatsoever. That'd be the stupidest thing ever. They were working against each other when they're trying to get there. And it's like, Gustang, I'm bringing all you niggas down. And Fug is perfect people with some extent to have even more backing and more power because Gustang ain't finna go against all the families directly. But you taking out Trauma Ray first, and then the rest follow. It's gonna be like an all-out massive war. He would need Fug's like help too, to an extent, and he could just he owns the fucking workshops too, so he just get the backing and support them. Like how the government be kind of like supposedly like send the American government be sending like supplying niggas with like War Dogs, the movie War Dogs, with I forget old boy name, but Matt Teller and the other nigga, they're basically United niggas selling guns to the other niggas in other countries to keep the war going, basically supplying them with the shit. So in that form,
Oh,
Gustain would
when
probably be
you
back and
play
forth.
both sides of the war to keep it going and profit from it.
Exactly,
The war machine,
exactly.
baby.
And yeah,
The
and Gustain
military
would be
industrial
helping them.
complex.
Yeah, Gustain would be helping Fug because they're gonna help him. Even more people do that because the only other faction is Wakari's son, and now all the same families stand with Jahad. Even if he were to kill Trump Ray, they be up in arms, but now everybody finna stand with Jahad. And Edwan and Gus and then Jahar said him and Edwan not cool. But everybody keeps the same thing like everybody follows Jahar on the outside. Them niggas ain't talked in like over a millennia, from what it seems. Everybody in their own world doing their own thing and don't give a fuck about each other. I know NA definitely don't fuck with Jahad. I mean Erasure definitely don't fuck with Jahad. Because Gustain don't. And that cost him that. I know they don't fuck. I know they don't she don't fuck with Jahad. Hendo on his own. Arya Hand be keeping the peace. How Urine already pissed because her daughter, her favorite grandchild, her favorite great daughter or whatever, got caught up in some shit. It's like the most two loyal have always been Lopo Bia and REA. And then you got two Puri. We don't know shit about them. Everything they have, we don't know what they got going on. But yeah, it's like, and then Edwan not even cool with them
It is
niggas.
hilarious to me that everyone has this like their opinion on him and like what do you think of Tupac? Like I don't fucking know. God Eye, opera.
Yeah,
That's
like
all I
yeah,
got.
exactly.
I
That's
don't
it.
force myself to have opinions when I have no information. That's just how I am. I'll just wait
All we
until I
know is
see it.
it's like all we know is one of the three people with an opera and he don't even use it because he got God eyes. So it's like,
Mm.
well, they whatever it is. So, but my thing is, yeah, Loose Leg knows is tied with Gus Dang and them folks. That's undeniable because they Gus Dang's direct nigga that got the book was just like, hey, Fab half in the fall of the game. Hey,
Mm.
Loose Leg just said the same thing. So it's like, there's no way in hell them niggas not connecting in a stint. And you see what it Machine got a backer in the darkness from somebody that's high up as fuck. And then that old fourth faction with the captain nigga that's been around since the Hidden Grove shit. Like I guess Jihad's first child, mistake child, or whatever the fuck, batch of clones, whatever the fuck they are. So it's
Mm.
like Loose Lake knows a lot of shit. So to get back to the point being that like I believe I guess it's come to a point now like okay, here's this book, here's all this shit. What's this about? What's this it that Trauma was talking about too? I guess it'll all come together in a minute, which is why that's the reason I'm excited because I'm like, all right, I guess shit finna come more lore finna drop. That's all I actually care about after,
Mm.
about this series anyway.
Young Obama, you coming hating, man? TOL. Off for it. What's up, Young Obama? It's been a while since I've seen you. I don't think he knows nothing. It just means that he has the knowledge, and we will get what's in the book from Bam. I think the boss. I think I need the boss to interact with Karaka and Wagner to come back. Facts. If we get a Wagner POV after this arc to see the ripples through the tower, that would be peak. It seems that this series tends to suffer when Bam is not a central focus. It's something that I've seen SLU somewhat comment on in his blog post because I think this story would do very well with a change of perspective because even the small stuff we got with Rachel in the first season, seeing what she got, I thought was very potent. So I'm here for it. If Keating arrived to the station, do you think Tiara and Yuri will have a chance against him? I guess I would say they have a chance. Do I think they would win? My best guess, if I was a betting man, was no, because Keating's supposed to be like 2A, 2B, or number two, kind of around Lobadan level, if not higher. So yeah, what the workshop is gonna do in this war. I don't know if they're gonna do anything. Revolution is a hard organization. I 100% believe that Zahar clone was named boss as a Metal Gear Solid joke. Oh,
Oh,
I like that. Cause the
who said
captain
that?
is the other one they give that. They give that. I like
Who
that.
who, who, who just
Uh,
said that? Who just
Monkey
dropped
D.
that?
Lupus.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Lalu Lay
Shout out.
Low. Hold on. It's me, dear brother. Liquid, you're still alive? No, I like that. Solidus. Oh, no, I'm with that. I kind of like that. I wonder if I saw you fucked with Metal Gear. I like that. Shout out to Kojima. That's my dad, huh? I believe this arc
Hey,
ends
Simi
when
Brothers?
Wagner shows up again. Hmm?
You Simi Brothers? That's crazy.
Yeah, yo, you know that? New York, baby. Not from New York. No. I saw theory a while ago that Wagner was gonna kill Augustine to gain the power, the weapon mentioned in the hidden floor, since he's one of the biggest enemies of the Jihad Empire. That'd be crazy, but execution is everything. I guess okay, so let me comment on the book thing. Bam absorbed the books. I think the books are spell related. I'm just not shocked. Things Bam just does things that are crazy. So I could get mad and be like, he's absorbing text, and I'm like, listen, man, that's the goat. That's Bam. It is what it is. Big Dick V, he out here. They love him. Kel Hellam came to do nothing. He just gave them power to escape. It was useless. So we'll see if Bam actually speaks about all the things that he knows sooner rather than later. But here's the important part. Um, by opening this book of my own volition, it signifies that I wish for everything within the tower to be destroyed, and Bam said it means that he wants everything in the tower to be destroyed. SIU had said in a blog post at some point that Gustang was going to be an antagonistic force within the tower, be an antagonist, and I think that moment has come. Rack did something, like I said earlier. Good job, Rack. We clapped for him earlier. He did a thing, and then Luslec pulls up, which should be interesting to see what happens. Now, with all that, do you guys think that like Gustang's way of destroying the tower is to make basically is to weaken the family heads and give anyone the ability to possibly kill them, like he said with the little Fitbit Apple Watch thing? Like, do you think that's his plan, or do you think it's something a lot bigger and grander, or do you think that's just stage one, step one? Like, what are we thinking? What are we thinking?
I I vote for anybody with me. Say East. I vote for stage one. of a plan because he's been plotting on this for too long. Everything he said to Trump, when one of your friends, there's somebody in a group that always just peeps everybody's flaws, and then it comes to a breaking point where he just has to point those out. And like I forgot what he said specifically, but he talked about capitalizing, like cutting out those flaws and just like in and everything, like exposing it, breaking through, busting out. It's like he can no longer hold back, and that. And he always seemed like the judgmental type to be like always have like reserved remarks or smart remarks based on
He's
shit like
me.
that.
He's me.
Yeah, yeah, it's based on shit like that.
Mm, I feel it.
So, yeah.
Um, do you think season 3 will end with the end of this arc? Um,
I can see it. I mean, because this is a long ass arc. I think I don't know because
I don't
seasons
know
the
because
seasons be having.
I don't even think season 2 was supposed to really end there. I think he just decided to do that with
Yeah,
the new wave, whatever it was called, when they were talking about swallow you right up, blah blah blah, you arrogant, did this, did that. But I don't know. Those aren't things that I really think about. I think that this arc has to lead into one more other thing. So I think even if something big happens like Gustang and or Traumare going down, I think we'll get something else. I'm not sure though, because season 2 was pretty long, all things considered, and season 1 was only like 78 to 80 chapters, I believe, if memory serves me correctly. But I'm not
I
entirely
want.
sure.
I don't usually bet, but I wanted to say betting on Gustang. I know Gustang surviving and Trauma going down. Gustang been doing too much plotting.
I actually believe that he's leading us into a false insecurity to believe that Gustang is the one, but I think Gustang is the one that's going to die secretly, deep down in my heart. That's what I
Really,
kind of think.
really.
I think Traumare will lose like his entire family or something like that, all his military might, and be alone. Like he will lose something grand, but I actually can see the one that ends up surviving being Traumare. What do you guys think? If you had to bet today on Gustang winning or Traumare winning, or at least which family takes the most damage, who would you bet on? Just out of curiosity, let me know in the comment section below, in the chat. Sorry. To break the contract is my thought process. To break the contract, that makes sense to me too. Some people were saying that they think that memories are like Horcruxes from like Harry Potter. So like Voldemort split his soul into certain artifacts. Like it could be something like that. So some people are thinking that. I doubt that because it said that a season is supposed to be longer than season 2, but who knows? Okay, fair. I think Gustang is definitely attempting to tear down the status quo of the tower and break down the Jihad Empire. If Luslec shows up, there's no reason for Yuri to call Lurek. And if that happened, we'll have the three big organizations. Hmm. Well, like Sung, baby. I think Gustang actually wants to destroy the current system and climb to the true top, which will destroy the tower. Interesting. Are you one of those people who think that like one of the administrators or whatever's up there and up past the 134th floor is actually extremely dangerous to the tower inhabitants? The book is definitely magical, just like Leviathan. Traumray put emotions and memories in the beast. That book is Gustang's version of that. I think all the family heads surrendered their recollection of the true history because the truth would urge them to destroy the tower. His daughter got close to the lost truth through Arlene, and it ignited his desire to know again. My question for you with that, which I'm with you on all this. I'm with you. Is do you think they all forgot the same memories, or do you think everybody lost a specific part of that story so no one could ever put it together? Because that was something I was wondering. Like, did everyone forget the exact same event, or is it like maybe they don't all of them remember Icarus, but it's like we take this part from you, this part from you, and this part for you, and no one else. And then that way, no one could ever tell the full story because you only could remember some random portion of it. Polls? I can do polls. Can I do polls? How do I do polls? Oh shit! That's not it. I'm gonna try to figure that out. Hold on. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Yo, question. Hold on. He's talk while I'm doing this. Talk. Say something. Talk bullshit.
Oh, hello everybody. People that nah, but I mean for me personally, I got this thing because he's been plotting for way too long. Everybody was chilling. Everybody was cooling, trying to forget or ignore what's going on the outside. They so out of the loop. This, that, and the other. This thing has been actively working since the golden age, I guess you want to say. Since and they was going like hidden deep, dark past and stuff like that. Like he's been plotting for way too long just to be going down right here, right now. Like where he falls, I don't know, but I'll let you know now. He's plotted way too much in order to see him go down. Like his his reach and his pull narratively should and looks like it needs to go past just this point because he's merely just opened up the floodgates. This just seems like phase one to me because Chomray is not going to know what's coming for him. Like you really stepping into the game. Like it's different when you're the MC. You step into the bookmasters, like the mastermind villains, like labyrinth of games and tricks. That's different when you're the MC. Chomray is in the MC. Like if you had put Jihad in here right now, it'd be a different story, right? It'd be like, all right, Jihad has like MC status to an extent, main villain status to an extent, like MC type shit. Trauma is just a merely a side character and a
I,
catalyst, and one of the
I,
closest things we could get with to Jihad without getting to Jihad because REA is way more stronger, and we ain't get to his floor yet.
man, want to pack him, do a red gimmick, or just out survive him and be like, I couldn't beat him even if I continued. um, honestly, Gustang dying not by Tron right hand, but this is something I can see. Maybe Gustang dies and Tron becomes like Annie from Attack on Titan and the Crystal and Sleep or something like that. The true winner is Luslec. Unless we have a massive lord up, I don't see Gustang dying. I could even see both family heads falling. Low chance though. That's why I put Gustang, Tramray, neither or both in the poll. Vote in the poll. Do it. Can I do that on Twitch too? Can I do polls on Twitch? I didn't know I could do
Yeah,
that. It might be time. I'm gonna start asking some questions. You got question powers? I got some questions. um, I could see either dying, but I don't mind too much which way it goes. I just want to see Gustang and Blossom interaction with, before he dies. And this is where I see Trame
yeah,
coming out of. Yeah, I feel that coming out of a lot worse off. He needs to be taught the error of his ways, treating everyone like trifles. Gustang's L's coming later. Okay, that's fair. It's really
yeah.
interesting that the administrator of this floor is not going to interfere, or at least the floor rules. What are they gonna do though? Like, can you and Trauma can you guys stop fighting and be like bug, vermin, fuck, trifle, creature? What are they gonna do to him? They can't stop him, can they? It's like if Elliot's like, please stop. Like, bro, Elliot can't stop them. Because remember, Ivanka was a floor ruler. Unless we need an administrator. I guess the administrator would be something different. Actually, good point. But not the floor ruler. The floor ruler definitely can't help. They have to lose similar memories, but not all of them at the same time. I bet. And I bet that was the flaw. Okay, Traumray started reading the book in Gustang's memory and it said different, and it was different from how I remembered. I think they all have pieces of the truth that might require all the heads to complete. I like that. Trom needs to get a rude awakening with the war because he thinks he wants to live idealistically, but reality isn't favorable to idealistic thinkers, unlike Gustang, who has a realistic goal. You talking? Talk. I think Jihad prediction may come true. Jihad orders are definitely going to come full circle. Gustang is dying. Traore won't die. It's a hard to calculate, in my opinion. He won't risk losing an ally. Do you think White will come back at some point in the story? His role's over. Muhammad is asking me all the questions I have no answers to. It's Vincente season. I don't know. I'm done with White. I don't care anymore, personally speaking. I do think he will come back at some point. I think he'll end up the main host of whatever again. But for now it's Vincente season. But I'm done with White. I don't care about him. Gustang's movement can't be stopped just yet. He's gonna need to get through at least one Zahar affiliated family head. Like I said before, Tramway will lose the war, but Gusting will lose more in terms of value. Win the battle, lose the war, win the battle type thing. Okay, so here's the last thing that I personally have to mention, and I'll just answer some questions and comments, and then I don't know if there's anything you want to bring up, but
Oh,
okay, so in the dark text, which I'm guessing is all loose like, he says excellent. Our God will be yearning to observe in person at the game the death of a 10 family head. First of all, if you believe that's Luslec speaking, do we all think he's talking about Bam? Do you think some people thought it was the outside God? Who was he speaking about? If you think he's not talking about Bam, because I believe that's all Luslec's text based on how it looks, the font and the black box and the darkness. Submit your heart to darkness. What are we
it's
thinking?
100% loose leg because they already said that's that nigga that was like, because they said Luslec, and then nobody else, it couldn't be nobody else. After they say, my lord Luslec, and then that's the only nigga talking. And then Cal Helen was like, yo, I brought the nigga out the fucking darkness. That nigga. And so it gotta be that nigga. But I believe he's talking about Bam, but if he
So
wasn't,
said hate on.
I mean, only
Sorry, you go ahead.
hate on is crazy. It's crazy. I mean, if he was talking about Bam, which he absolutely got to be, I guess the nigga on the outside, or he done. Shit. I don't know who the fuck. Ain't no other gods that Loose Leg could be talking about. Because Loose Leg is the top of the food chain. Remember that now. He's like at the up that out there. Like he's like one of the oldest niggas in that bitch.
Luslec could be talking about Bam. Jihad having someone like Adori around who's possibly not as apathetic as the other family heads, though, who's possibly being on their level of power is something I'm interested to see how Gustang will deal with. Looks like we're talking about Bam. I think Tramray was a V fanboy and will turncoat once he gets his memories back. And Gustang wants to be the one with the actual top of the tower, and why they'll end up acting like linemen for Bam. Okay, but answer my question. Answer my question. Was Luslec talking about Bam when he's saying they want to witness the death of a 10 great family head? Who do you think Luslec was talking about if you believe it that's Luslec's line? That's the question right now. Focus. I'll be distracted. Focus. So Karaka fans, how's your boy doing? Karaka fans, hey, fight back. Um Gustang will lose the war because of a 1v9, but he will have an impact on families. Okay, so you have like a death that has a trickle down effect and permeates into all the other later parts of the story, so it's meaningful. So okay, I feel it. He
Honestly,
will.
I'm sorry. I can't. I'm gonna let you finish.
No, someone said maybe Mirchea was talking about Arlene. Is Arlene a god to him? Why do you
It
think is?
in a sense, I can see that, but he would say goddess, no.
You think it's V? Okay. Can Traumer even be redeemed? Does anybody want to redeem him? Who asked that? Was that question earlier? Sorry.
None of
I
them
don't.
niggas are redeemable.
Yeah, I'm under that impression, but like my opinion is different. I know how other people are. Like, I don't think any of them are redeemable for the most part. So, but I'm not a person who cares about redemption. I actually like when villains are just bad and die bad. I don't. I'm tired of. The only reason I tried to destroy the world is because when I was 6, my father dropped me in the lake and abandoned me. Like I don't care. I don't care
I'm
about
good.
flying
I'm
fuck.
good.
I
I'm
like
good.
Dio and Frieza type niggas. Yeah, throw your mustache,
I'm good.
bro.
I'm good. Listen, the niggas climbed up. They changed, got warped, got superpowered, became gods, got big ass heads, inflated egos, started losing their morality, and they became faded and old and hollow. I'm
Mhm,
perfectly fine with that. They once good people, no longer are they the same people. That's perfectly fine by me.
mhm,
Like Edwan is not a good person. That nigga breathe too damn much. Ari Home is not a good person. That nigga a dickhead. Like
uh-huh.
Gus Dang, a fat ass dickhead. Jaha, dickhead. It goes on and on. All them niggas, Hendo, dickhead. Like literally kills on and on and on. Like all the niggas are ass. So
Was a question behind. I think it's V can try to be redeemed. What is Yuri's role in all this? She's a princess, so she's going to attack Luslec? No, I don't think so. But remember, you have to when it comes to Yuri and Dorsey, I just quote the Garam line. At some point, you're gonna have to like make a decision about who it is you want to follow and what is you want to relinquish. At some point, Yuri and Dorsey are gonna have to just choose to follow Bam or care about their princess status. That decision, I think, is probably closer than it is far further away. I'm weirdly
well,
mad about Loose Like. I'm excited he's here, but I don't get excited for shiny new toys in his series unless he do something. I'm with you on that. I actually think the butterfly or Kel speaking about the god mentioned is Luslec. Our translation says our god hopes for the demise of 10 great family heads at the great match. I thought it was Kel Helm speaking that last speech bubble. I think it was Luslec. Oh, well, let's just look at it. I think. Sorry, go ahead, East. What I think if you just look at it, this will clear it up. I'll put it on the screen real quick. But
I
I thought
just
you were
keep
saying
the
something.
more we dig back into the bag, I just keep remembering. There's no fucking way Luslec and Gustang ain't working together because Garam is with Fug and Gustang backing Garam
Mhm.
once again. And like Machini has backers too, which are not with the Jihad Empire. And then the other nigga, the boss nigga, has backings. Like once again, like they're getting influence and backing from some strong ass niggas. Like yeah. And if yeah, it just want to make sense. And Gustang, I can't see him falling here because this is just merely phase one. He's been plotting for too long. Like I said, if it was Jihad versus Gustang, I could see Gustang following and be like, all right, I did this, but this shakes everything up, and this was the plan, and like blah 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 type shit. But it's not Jihad, it's Trauma Ray. So I'm like, yeah, somebody got to go. Now my money is on Trauma Ray. My money is on like Trauma Ray because Gustang is he's been plotting for too long, bro. Everybody else is just waking up now.
Mhm.
And none of the family hands ain't even moving. They probably ain't even flinching. He's like, whatever.
Okay, so here it
But Gustang
says,
is like,
well, hold on. It says Mr. Hodgin Song and Mr. Kellam have arrived, Lord Grace. So this black text, to me is him saying okay, but I guess the speech bubble here isn't. So our God must be longing to witness the death of 10 family leaders at the great encounter. So that's what this version says. This version says it's really similar. Out into the world, blah blah blah. Lord Grace, excellent. Our God will be yearning to observe in person at the game the death of a 10 family head. But the font here, to me, is not similar to what any other font was, unless that's just to make it look scary, you know? So I assumed that last line was probably from Loose like talking about Bam, but maybe it's the butterfly guy talking or Kelhelm talking about Loose like. I guess I'm not sure. I don't know. I guess now I'm doubting myself because my question was, well, I was gonna ask. Okay, so I'm just gonna go under. Actually, I'm gonna catch up to the comments and then I'm gonna give you my perspective and then we'll call it the stream. I thought it was Kel Helm speaking that last speech bubble. Loose like when they gang up on Dumas again. My boy Karaka should rip out his heart, rip apart his super suit and install some upgrades. Yeah, I'm done with Karaka. I asked a question in response to him trading sides when he gets his memories back. Oh, a lot of people think that. I don't know. I don't know. This doesn't move me. None of the family has are redeemable. See, I'm on that gimmick too. Is loose like is either loose like or FUG the will of revenge of V. Hey, what's wrong with my man Edouan clapping cheeks? Nothing. Edouan, source of overpopulation. Edouan living his best life. Also, Hendo is above 4 family heads in the ranking. What the f? Off topic, but Bam is taming all the Jahar princesses. Yep. It is now the 8 great bums since we've seen 2 of them. Ask Simi. That's what Simi was going to call them, the 10 great bums. It would makes no sense for me if Loose like to have black speech bubbles for one word that switches to white. No. That's fair. It's fair. Trauma isn't even ranked. I just peeped it. Yeah, a lot of them aren't ranked. Trauma not ranked because he lazy as hell. Do you think Gustang is underestimating Zahard and Zahard's whole foresight thing? No, I don't. I think Gustang is confident in his plan and his abilities, but I don't think he's foolish enough to he's climbed with this nigga. Like he knows what he's getting himself into. By the way, can I say Loose Likes Fit is not raw? We can't even really see it yet. I didn't know Trom does not have a rank, so we could be lower than Loose Like. It's possible, but I don't believe that rankings are based on power first. I used to think it was. I think recognition is wait, I forgot what I used to say. Was it influence I thought was first or recognition? I think maybe it was influence. I think influence comes first, and then you can either choose recognition because no one recognizes anybody in this goddamn series. Like Urek has a goddamn
yeah, really.
Urek Mozino. Like you don't know what number fucking 4 in the tower looks like. Could you imagine come to a basketball court and you see Kobe and lets Kobe get your ass cooked? Like, bro, you're not serious about life. I don't think power is the number one determinant factor of your rank, personally speaking, at this point in the series. You could disagree. I'm not saying I'm right. That's just my assessment. But yeah,
It's
there's a
not
lot
because
of characters that are
even
very
by
sorry. They're very strong and prominent. We have no ranking for. Go ahead.
yeah, even Bayek Reunion is like up
He
there,
he's
but
like
that's just because
9.
he has wall hike soon. Yeah, but that's because he has wall hike soon. Like he has some crazy ass power, but once again, he just might be an outlier that's rivaling the ten hands. But more than anything, he's just got that much power with wall hike soon, like that much influence.
Mhm. Luslec only said okay. All right, fair enough. You guys are right then. I'm gonna go with your guys' interpretation. I guess I was just wrong. I misinterpreted that then. I thought SU was being dramatic at the end. Gustang is good friends with the workshop. The fact that he weaponized something so close to Shinwanryu means he's on the verge of completing a weapon that'll kill the regulars. He can't go down yet. The last speech bubbles from the guy because slayers are called gods. Yeah, Luslec is gonna look like a young Yuwatch. Influence. Ranking is based on influence, power, activity, and clout. Yeah, SU said power isn't the only factor. Korean is only high up because of his influence. We've known that for a while, but at, at one point, based on what was going on, it seemed that power was the most important thing. And just after seeing a lot of stuff, I'm like, oh, power really isn't that important because a Van Kel dropped from 60 to 300 solely due to the fact that she was no longer the second floor the test floor ruler. So I'm like, this shit really is kind of like muddied like that. Evan is high because of his skills as a white dwarf. I don't actually think he's stronger than Yuri. He's a weapons items merchant and stuff too. So I at this point I think power might be the least important thing, all things considered. Um, does Jihad's foresight work on the regulars? Just wondering since the guides and Kel Helm didn't work with them. I don't know. We'll have to see that, Johnny Rogers. I don't know. My guess is it works unless you have the ability or some ability to turn your mind off from it or something. I don't know. I thought Bayak was said to be the most gifted wave controller though. Most gifted doesn't necessarily mean most powerful. And just because you're the most gifted doesn't mean you're gonna win. But yes, he is a very powerful wave controller, that was said. Next tap, Luslec and Gustang memories or SIU will wrap the rest of the POV because they still have 1 week left for the game. Damn, almost 1 a.m. in the UK. Hold it down, peeps. All right, it's okay. I'm about to wrap it up, anyways. Unless you guys have any final comments and questions or anything you want to chime in, East, I'm about to wrap it up because I have to go eat some food. I eat for the day, bro.
Yeah, so I'm supposed to take a nap by an hour ago. I got like shit to do.
My favorite panel was the ship. The ship looked really cool. My favorite piece of dialogue was Yama admitting that he's smooth brain, and when if he reads one page, he immediately forgets everything he just read because he's a dumbass. That made me laugh. And yeah, do you think Yuri will call Urek if shit goes bad? Mazzino, that's so crazy. I want to say yes just because I want to see him, but I don't.
That's my
I don't.
joke.
I love that
Because if
nigga,
he
bro.
stepped to the scene, shit gonna go left field.
Mm-hmm. You said no, this was a good discussion. Expect this to happen at least once a week. I'm gonna make sure I do this more often now that I'm free again. So hopefully we're good. I'm gonna end the poll to see what you guys said. Wait, I have to end the poll here. This is I have to end the poll here. End. Not, I was like end stream. Oh my god. End poll. Where are the results? Oh, Will Trump. So, 41 said neither. 26% said Traumare, and sorry, 20. Wow, I'm gonna try again. 41% said neither. 26% said Traumare. 21% said Gustang. 10% said both. 46 votes. So that is the end of the
How
poll.
many?
So yeah,
How many said Traumer?
26%. Neither was
Damn, y'all got
the main
Traumer.
one. So yeah, but
Damn, the Traumer over Gusting. That's
yeah.
crazy.
I appreciate y'all coming. Tell all your friends that I'm the raw reader. You know, I'll be reading ahead. I'll be dropping shorts and content on the raws. I do my best to keep it safe so they don't come for me. But tell everybody, and we'll be back on Monday. I'm gonna make sure I do this as often as I can. But especially when chapters are this important, you'll see me. You guys be safe. Have yourself a mighty fine day. Take care of each other and all that. You love the goat. You're